yourself comfortable.
Dude, welcome back, Kontra. You're my favorite guest that we have.
Hey, thank you for having me. Red Light District Show. You know, much love, brothers. It's good to be back, man.
Yeah, I think we're to start doing like what we used to do again. I think start doing like shows and all that shit. Like,
Hell yeah.
Oh, that. I was like,
What does that mean?
I thought he was saying like we're going back to like hardcore drugs or something. Like
No.
What are we doing again? What are we
Speaking
doing?
of hardcore
Sign me up for
drugs.
twice?
I mean, she, this is Lou. She's like part of our new team, and like she is. If you do a copy version of me 12 years ago, that's who I am.
That's
who
right.
I was. Even like the way that she talks.
Yeah.
Before she, the way that she talks, the way that how excited she is.
Mm-hmm.
Like her whole thing is like, I want to build an underground. That was 100% what we did, right?
Nice.
Like what we want to do.
That's right.
So to run across somebody that's interested in that again sort of gave me the.
That's a lot of love right there.
You
He's
know
shooting
what I
at
mean?
you, you know, a lot of respect, you know. Salute.
Thank you. That was a really nice intro.
I didn't say anything good about you. I'm just saying talking about myself.
So you remind me of my old piece of shit self.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, what the fuck is going on, Kontra?
Oh, man, I don't know, man. They're releasing all these documents. What do they want us to think, bro?
It's like 7 million since the last time. 7 million documents got dumped since the last time we spoke.
And some
The
redacted,
Epstein
a lot
ones?
redacted, but like, yo.
Yeah, the Epstein ones.
7 million?
7 million. 3.5, 3.5.
The crazy thing is they drop it all and then they redact a lot of it, you know what I mean? And then they drop some more. It's like, what's going on back there, you know?
Bonnie needs to be fired. She needs to go.
Yeah, 100%.
100%. She dropped the ball.
But is it her?
Well,
Bro,
hey,
it's all of them.
it's not her, but
It's not her specifically.
It's her though.
No.
Someone have to chop, and that's gonna be hers.
Yeah, they'll always sacrifice and let someone go down for the shit.
It's gonna be
There's a dude that created, if you go to www.jmail instead of Gmail,
Yeah,
Gmail.
yeah.
It's
Right.
that, yeah.
So it's like logging into your Gmail, except for you're going through the Epstein emails. In Gmail form. It's pretty crazy. I was surfing that shit the other day.
It also has the YouTube. It has it has a Spotify where it's weird music. The Amazon orders.
They like mirrored that whole shit somehow.
The Amazon shit that he was buying kid stuff like baby. I was like, what the? It's like fucking weird.
Let's
Gmail?
Gmail, check it out.
Yeah, Gmail. So let's just start fresh, okay?
Yeah.
Let's have a fresh plate.
It's too much. It's too much for my brain.
What do we want to put as truth? Let's go back. WikiLeaks? Are we saying WikiLeaks is true?
I mean, I think
WikiLeaks is the
WikiLeaks.
truth.
Explain what WikiLeaks is.
okay.
WikiLeaks.
Well, WikiLeaks was leaked by, I believe, that dude Aaron. I forget his last name.
From Reddit, right?
It could have been or could not, but Julian Assange went down for it. WikiLeaks, talked about a lot about the Iraq War. There was footage there of innocent people getting killed.
Just murk for no reason.
Yeah, murk for no reason. And
For
then
no
there
reason.
was
They're just like literally. They have Isaac. It's literally civilians walking, and like, listen, I love our troops. Like, I know what it's like to be over there. I know what it's like to be scared.
Mm-hmm.
But in every group, there's assholes.
Right.
And these dudes were like, you can just see like people's bodies just.
Yeah.
They're shooting at them like innocent people. They're just exploding.
And the soldiers don't know what they're there for, bro. They're just following orders, bro. They're just doing what they say is their job. But I think that's the reason why a lot of them get like PTSD and all these mental disorders after, because you still got a soul, homie. You're still gonna feel remorse. You're still gonna question all the heinous shit you did. And the veterans I know, bro. And again, I know a few, but it doesn't count for all of them. They're all like, yeah, that's bullshit. All that shit is bullshit. The Patriot shit is bullshit. Like, it's almost like they grow a slight remorse for believing in the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess once a human been lied to and you realize you've been lied to, you're just like, whatever, dog, and you just continue on your own path. I
want to, as a veteran, I want to reply to that. I agree to a certain extent. When you say it's bullshit, the patriotic thing's bullshit. Yes and no. The America that I went and fought for, that's not bullshit.
100% it's not.
The America that I love and I thought I was representing,
right?
That is not bullshit.
100%.
The America after I realized what the truth is, it's bullshit.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
With that being said, the relationships I have with those dudes, that's not bullshit. That's real shit.
The brother.
Mhm.
I really cried with those guys. I
Right.
really hugged those guys. I really was scared with those guys. Thought I was gonna die with those guys.
Mhm.
That's truth.
And that builds a lifetime bond, bro.
Forever.
And
Forever.
and I think those bonds need to continue. I think it's those soldiers, once you reach a level of maturity, and we need them to be there for each other, bro. And those are the soldier, you a warrior. We need you guys to fight on the side of truth now, now that you know the truth. Now that you know that it's bullshit, that, we're fighting for bullshit resources and whoop, whoop, whoop. Now that you know that the government's not taking care of all their veterans, bro. Like, I feel like there's a disconnectedness, and I think that it's meant to be that way on purpose. They want people to feel alone. They want them to feel powerless because, if veterans were to get together like they did in the 60s and 70s on some anti-war shit, it just moves people, man, and the American people are like, they're going to side with the soldiers, bro. Those are the ones putting their ass on the line. So
I got a question for you. There's a
Is it a positive?
no,
I'll take
with
them all.
what you were saying about the 60s and 70s.
Mhm.
In that time, we were fighting against communism.
That's what they told us.
If you run it back a few, 60s, run it back 20, 30 years? No. 40 years?
Mm-hmm.
No, even further back than that, 50 years. It was Bolshevik revolution, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Communism, killing over 60 million Christians.
Yep. And who was at the hierarchy of the Bolshevik Revolution?
What, Zionists?
Zionists.
Correct.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
If you, Karl
And
Marx
they killed
is
over
Jewish.
60 million Christians. Nowhere in history is there. And people debate, you're talking, Jew, the 8 million of us died, and they switched that
6
number,
million.
whatever. But dog, what about 60 mil? I think we were talking about the education system earlier, and then that's another combo. But history is written by the victors, my G. And that's what it is, man. Bolshevik Revolution. I think everybody should be aware of that. Because it's the same agenda. It just moved on. Ball needs souls, bro.
Yeah.
Who was the Bolsheviks? What is that?
It
Russians,
was
Christians
They were Christians?
in Russia.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Is that who the Jews were killing before they went to Germany?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, that
Yeah, that
happened
was-
World War I time, and
Right before the.
it was before World War One.
Yeah.
But yeah, they killed, and there was no internet, no reporters. They actually put everybody in camps right alongside a railway, and they used to fill trains up full of these people, and there was workers in the fields, and they would basically slave until they died, and they would just so many people that they couldn't kill them all at once, so they would put them to work, and they would just kill them like in sections. It was crazy, and there's stories of people who were kids when that happened. I saw a documentary on it. It was crazy sad. Bro.
Well, if you run that back a little even further, in 1913, we were talking about it. That's when everything changed, right? 1913, we have. In 1913, we have the biggest change that we would see in United States history. Maybe in 1904, we have the Rockefellers getting their shit broken up because they had a monopoly over oil. And then they sold it all and went, we were talking about earlier.
Mhm.
They went after pharmaceuticals. They went
Mhm.
after the education system. They went after school. Banks is the other one. And they controlled every aspect of the American life.
Mhm.
So,
That's when
You-
they started pharmaceutical drugs too.
and so basically what I'm saying is, you know how we don't know about the Bolshevik Revolution? Do you know who was the dude who was in charge of publishing our books?
Oh, the Rothschilds.
No. Yes and no.
The
Maxwell.
Rockefeller Foundation, man. I
The
mean,
Rockefeller.
Oh, the
Maxwell.
Rothschilds, yeah.
Robert Maxwell.
Ghislaine's dad.
oh shit, Ghislaine's papa.
Yeah.
Oh, the dad, yeah?
Ghislaine's
If
dad.
you look at it in the back, it's Maxwell Publishing.
That's crazy.
On
I
all of
do
our
remember
books.
seeing that in school books. Actually,
It was all Maxwell,
Maxwell
Publishing.
Publishing. Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and they got, in 1913, they got every single Jewish, might I add, historian together to write the history books that we teach to the curriculum that we teach now.
And they pushed that shit on
The
us hard,
Rockefeller
bro.
system.
Well, it was all, we don't hear about Mao. We don't hear about
No,
Stalin.
we don't.
We only hear about Adolf Hitler. We only hear about 6 million Jews. And we only hear about that. We don't hear about the Bolshevik Revolution.
Yeah.
There's way more.
Dude, I had to do my own research on that whole shit, bro. The Mao Revolution and bro, I had to do a
learned
whole
that in high
research
school.
on the Bolshevik shit. Like, because the same questions come into my mind, bro. Like, I thought I had a good understanding of history, and then I realized I don't know shit. You know what I mean? Like,
But,
there's
like-
so much
Amen.
shit that happened, bro.
Yeah, but then how do you find history when you're like looking at the same database of information that's written by the same people writing your
You gotta
textbooks?
listen. You gotta.
Well, see,
You know
that's
what
the
I
beauty
mean?
of the
Like-
internet, because they wrote the textbooks. Who the fuck is Meduga Latel, by the way? Anyway, they wrote the textbooks, and you know they could control the flow of textbooks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think there's very powerful books out there, but they're not accessible to us. You know, and so what is the powerful tool we have for information? The internet, you know? And so
yeah.
there's a lot of foggy shit out there.
Yeah.
But there's some very old documentaries that have surfaced up in recent times, man. You'll learn
True.
some shit.
Documentaries.
You
know?
That's where it's
You know-
at.
Old interviews.
You know
Yeah.
how I opened up my fucking pineal gland? Fucking Alex Jones.
Alex Jones.
You're
And that
joking,
dude-
right?
And that dude's like 99% accurate to the shit
Okay,
he's been
okay.
saying.
I
Yeah.
feel like you're serious.
Yeah.
All right. All right, hold on.
Well, the conspiracy theory card game that
Yeah.
he remember that?
Listen, without
That
the
wasn't him
exception-
that invented
You
it.
didn't create that.
He didn't create it.
No,
Nah.
he did.
But with the
I bought
exce-
that, by the way. I got it at the crib.
You have it?
Yeah, it's the conspiracy theory card game. I had to get
The
it. Come on,
original?
dog.
Dude, I've been going
Yeah.
down the Great Awakening fucking
Yeah.
poster board and all
Uh-huh.
the shit that's on that thing. Oh,
Yeah. So check it. Let me real quick on Alex Jones, man, because Alex Jones is responsible for a lot of us being aware of a lot of shit.
Yeah.
So I got to give him credit where credit is due. The OG Alex Jones
I'm
was
saying.
talking some shit,
The OG.
and he was talking about how Israelis were kicking Palestinians in the balls, you know, back in like the late 90s, early 2000s.
got the
He
balls,
was
silly.
he was talking shit about
Floride makes
Israel,
you
right?
gay.
And
Now-
at that time when he was doing it, I didn't care.
Nobody cared, man.
Yeah.
It's like, okay,
Okay.
Israel was not
that
even on the
weird?
map,
Yeah,
bro.
he was like, fluoride makes you gay. Fluoride's making all your children gay.
Hey, but here's the thing, though. He was talking about
Like-
atrazine, and he
Atrazine.
was on a sick one of there, and it
Yeah.
doesn't turn the frogs gay. It's actually kind of worse. It actually changes their gender.
Oh, it does.
So
It does.
atrazine is a real. They
Yeah,
clowned
dude.
him. They clowned him heavy for that.
Yeah.
But there's actual real hard science
Yeah,
and
yeah.
studies based on the fact that it actually switches the gender. You know, of they were testing it on like frogs, and they were testing it on a
Yeah.
lot of shit. And guess what?
Yeah.
Atrazine is in some of our foods.
Right.
You know what I
right.
mean? And so what it
It's
does,
meant to make us more feminine.
Dog.
Bro,
Well, that's why there's all these sex changes. That's why
you
we're
don't-
going through like
exactly,
the epidemic.
exactly.
Mhm.
But that right there was going on in 1930s in Germany. The sex changes, the homosexuality.
was.
Listen, I don't give a fuck. I don't
Right.
give a fuck if someone's gay.
Exactly.
Like, I don't care if you want to suck a dude's dick. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Don't give a fuck. Don't give a fuck if you want to put your dick in an ass. A dude's ass. A big, hairy, fat dude ass. I
Or
don't give
tran
a
ass,
fuck.
whatever.
I don't give, or hot tran ass. I don't give a shit.
I love how you said hot trans.
Do those exist?
Yeah.
No.
No, dude, I saw this.
Pretty hair, big
Tim, do
booty,
those exist?
trans.
There's a girl that I've seen on the internet that says
many
that she
dicks
has a
have I
dick.
Yeah.
I don't
Okay. Does that
She's
make
hot.
you gay? Is the question.
There's
No,
nothing wrong
right?
with that. Trans girls are hot. It's okay.
Yeah, I'm not fucking them. I just think they're attractive.
Even if you do it,
What
even if you did, there's nothing wrong with that.
It's
No, but
gay.
you're absolutely right,
There's
man.
positively nothing wrong with that.
You're absolutely right. They were doing sex changes. They, you know, in Germany, bro, back in the day before Hitler rose to power, they were trying the very first sex change experiments. And I forget the fucking guy's name, man, but there was a whole lot of literature on okay, I think we touched on it a little bit last time, but just to bring it back, in the Talmud, there is 7 or 8 different genders that they acknowledge. So it's not a surprise that you know, it's Zionists that pioneered, you know, the sex change research and shit. And so when this was going on in Germany, little boys were being trafficked around, women. It was ugly, bro. And so when Hitler rose to power and the Nazis rose, those are the videos of the burning books. Are those books? They're the
It's
books
not-
of
it's
all the
not like-
transgender
yeah, it's just
shit, the gay
transgender.
shit.
It's
Those are the books that were
Can
burning.
you? They were super into like Christian values at the time. The same way that our listen, I'm not Christian. I'm an atheist, but I believe that
We're gonna bring you to the spiritual side one day,
the,
right?
the Christians,
Yeah.
the Christians that built America, that's a good foundation to build something upon. Christianity values. I believe that.
Can I
Make 'em behave.
Can I just
Yeah.
reveal something like an epiphany that might be like a lot, and I'm probably gonna get some shit in it. What if the bad guys in this are the good?
I've thought about that.
What if Hitler was right?
Yeah, that's what
You know
I
what
think
mean?
everybody's kind of.
Not in that degree of what
Right.
you're doing, but like, what if in a weird like way, like he was doing what he thought was right.
So
out of
here's what it
Christianity.
was, bro, and I don't know this story completely clear. I got to revisit it, but it was so fascinating when I heard it. Hitler was the illegitimate son of a Rothschild.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
He was the
yes.
illegitimate son, and so
heard
he
that
was
too.
funded. He was funded by the Rothschilds.
By the Rothschilds.
Right.
To do what he did.
Exactly.
To the Jews.
Yes. And
They
so
are Jewish.
yeah, and so the whole thing, bro, was to move people from Germany to Palestine. They wanted to take them to Argentina, which that's a whole nother convo we'll have
Right.
later. But because they have a stronghold there, but they wanted to take them to Palestine, and so there was a Jewish. Okay, I'm gonna say Zionists, bro, because Zionists,
there's no
bro,
confusion. Yeah,
have
yeah.
a history of attacking their own people to gain moral support from their people, right? And so when they first had this idea of Palestine, they're like, yo, let's go over here to the Holy Land, and nobody wanted to go, bro. And so there was this one guy, and again, I should have remembered his name, but he did an attack in Egypt, right? And he
I have the
targeted
authors
Jewish
if you
people.
want.
Huh?
The authors I haven't pulled up if you want.
Okay, what are the names?
The
Authors for what?
for the books you were talking about. Prior.
Okay.
It's Magnus Hirschhoff,
Mm-hmm.
Carl M. Bayer,
Mm-hmm.
Linus Geese, Jerome C. Robinette,
Boom.
Felicia Edward.
Boom. There it is for everybody out there, man. Go look up those names,
Those were the books that were getting burned.
Right. And so the story goes something along the lines of they had to create a situation that would put Jewish people in fear so they would migrate to this Holy Land. Because the Israeli project is a whole project on its own. Theodore Herschel and the Nazis, they had a really real relationship, an understanding. They had a coin that had the Star of David, Star Rem fan, and the Nazi swastika on the same side. And what it said, it was like some joke that it said. I saw it the other day, but the whole point is it was a coordinated move to get people to move to Palestine to create this state. And in 1948, they used to traffic weapons out there so they can do the first Nakba, and then they declared Israel state in 1949. So it was all coordinated strike. You know what I mean? Hitler went down as the bad guy. They needed that fall guy, but guess what? We took all their scientists, all their engineers, bro.
Russia.
Joseph Mengele also was a big experimenter of, what Joseph Mengele, bro, yeah. But Joseph Mengele, people out there, look up Joseph Mengele. If you don't know who he is, he's a fucking monster. But he was one of the dudes responsible for pioneering the study of traumatized human beings, how to reprogram their mind, and the how to traumatize children and the whole adrenochrome shit that we know about,
What's his name?
His name is Joseph Mengele.
So this is the dude behind the adrenochrome?
No, he's not the dude behind it, because what we're talking about, adrenochrome, is in the Dead Sea Scrolls, my boy.
Oh, so this
Like,
is
that's
done for a
age
minute.
old, bro. Like in ancient Egypt, like
What did they say? Hold on, let me pull that up. The scroll.
yeah, pull it up.
Oh,
I
go
mean,
ahead.
but what it is
What did they
this.
say about it in the Dead Sea Scrolls?
I'm gonna-
They
that's
basically
exactly
just
what
talk
I'm
about
to pull up.
the practice of when a human being is traumatized, your mind splits in two. And what the science is that we disassociate with the trauma in our lives. So we, it kind of splits personality, right? And there's a guy by the name of Max Spears that goes into further detail about how they program young kids, right? And so he says something along the lines of, when you get a young child and you make them susceptible to trauma and you give them a pet for a year, then you kill the pet in front of them, right? And then you traumatize it, then he doesn't develop an attachment to anything, right? That very human essence of a human, they lose that, right? And the other thing he said, when you penetrate a child from behind, it sends because your vertebrae is connected to your brain, you know what I mean? And so the root chakra is at the bottom of your torso, and so what he was saying is there's a muscle called the vagal muscle that when you pierce someone from behind, it shoots an electrical current up the brain and it splits their personality in two. Now, what they were doing, Joseph Mengele and the MK Ultra, is they were making people sensory deprived, like depriving you of senses and programming you. And on top of that, using LSD and repetition. So whatever they wanted you to program you with, they would just repeat it. And so they got it down to a science to where you can get a phone call. And we hear these stories all the time. You get a phone call. Some regular dude gets a phone call, drops the phone, gets in his truck, gets his gun, goes out and kills a bunch of people. Then he doesn't remember anything.
They don't know what's real anymore. They don't have no senses. They're not attached to
Fuck microphones, bro.
Yeah.
Fuck
Yeah.
microphones.
Yeah.
She
No, but
doesn't-
you're absolutely-
She doesn't suck dick. Dude. It's okay. She's not used to things.
She's not things in or around. She doesn't suck dick.
Hey, to each their own, you know?
I mean, not
Anyways.
really.
Shh, not really.
Nah, man, that's not.
Not if I'm her, man.
Not if I'm.
I'm not trying to be.
Not
her,
if I'm
man.
a twin flame. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
not if I'm the twin flame.
Twin flame.
Oh,
Y'all
you missed
crazy.
it, bro. Last week we all.
Anyways.
This one right here.
Yeah.
I'm having good sex
Oh.
without sucking dick. Good sex.
Oh, hell yeah. Well, hey, round of applause, man. I mean, just stay
twin-
positive and don't
Twin
get
flame had
that.
a big dick.
Yeah, get it. You know what
He
I'm
was
saying?
hung, fucking-
Just put on some 90s R&B, bump, grind a little bit, you know,
Dick
look
sucker
right.
for sure.
Oh, now.
Okay, so I got the passages
Anyways.
from the Dead Sea Scrolls and Enoch.
Mm-hmm. There it is.
All right, the Watchers took human wives. They taught forbidden knowledge. Giants were born, and they consumed all produce of men. And then they began to consume men themselves. This is
The Nephilims.
when they say consume man, it's interpreted as blood drinking. Forbidden knowledge interpreted as an occult chemistry. And giants, elites, Nephilim bloodlines.
Right. So that's talking about those from heaven to earth came. It's talking about the Anunnaki interbreeding, becoming, creating the Nephilim. But it's not explaining, like, you got to understand, Dead Sea Scrolls is a lot of shit. And I doubt that you'll find
I got
something
two
on the
more.
general search. Okay. Because there's some dark shit in there.
And then they started breeding with the
Fuck
humans.
microphones. Fuck
your microphone.
microphones. Fuck microphones. Fuck microphones.
Yeah. Talk to him. What are you saying?
Okay, so the
Hey, shoulder
Anunnaki
Biggie.
created men, and then they started breeding with men, and then that created the
Hi, Cameron.
Nephilim. Right? That's
I mean,
the
they
story.
breeded with the women and created Nephilim. Yeah.
yeah,
I don't know if
yeah.
the Anunnaki were gay. Could have been, though. Could have been. They probably fucked a couple dudes, but they mated with the women. You know what I mean?
I think what happened, they came down.
Sure, good point. Yeah.
They ended up
They
mating
mated
with
the
people,
women, with the
and then the giants became,
The Nephilim, right? And they
The
became
Nephilim.
too
That's the Nephilim.
rebellious,
and then
and
they would fuck people and then make.
they would
Giants.
fuck shit up, bro, and they became out of control, and so they had to create a big flood. You know what I'm saying? And
All right, so we got some more people.
And there's signs
yeah.
of the flood. Like every single religion has a story
Well,
of the
there's
Great
bones,
Flood.
but they hide the bones of the giants.
Yeah,
Fucking
and there's
Smithsonian.
geographical
Smithsonian.
evidence too on the mountain.
all right, so
You
we
could
got the
see.
Read them scripts.
Damascus document
Okay.
from the Dead Sea Scrolls.
Okay.
Condemns priests who defile the temple, who act violently, who break covenant law. Corrupt priests equals secret elite. Defilement equals blood rituals, is what they're saying. Defilement, they're saying that relates.
Uh-huh.
The third one is the War Scroll, 1QM. The passage, Sons of Light versus Sons of Darkness. Blood shall be spilled in the final judgment. The apocalypse bloodshed and / ritual blood use. The Book of Jubilee. God condemns those who consume blood because life is in the blood.
That's deep shit.
One from Anunnaki, 3 from Dead Sea Scrolls.
Yeah. And, imagine all the scrolls that we don't know about, bro, because we raided all the art museums. You got to understand the Smithsonian, notorious for taking old findings, bro, and losing them, right? And so where did these all go, bro? They go to these fraternal order groups, these secret societies, bro, that roll around and they study this shit, bro, and they put it into practice. You know what I'm saying? And so there's, like you were talking about the giant bones and shit. The giant bones, there's so much of a history of people discovering big ass bones in the early 1900s, bro, mid 1900s, and then hitting up the Smithsonian or the Smithsonian hitting them up. Oh, let's put it in our museum. Cool. It's there for a little while and then it just disappeared. They lose it. Dog, the Grand Canyon, you hear about that shit? They
Oh,
found
you
the
want to go to
Egyptians-
that?
I mean,
Dude,
where we
I-
going next? I
Hold
mean,
on.
that Smithsonian is at its finest, bro.
Wait, do you know about the Grand Canyon? What stories have you heard from the Grand Canyon?
Oh, there's
Just
a
so
lot-
I can tell you.
There's a
So,
lot of them.
what have you heard?
That it's like a entrance into something.
Okay, no, you're not. Okay. So in the Grand Canyon, bro,
There's gold there.
there.
Was.
It's
a pyramid,
Was,
no?
We can't
probably.
get.
So in 2024, there's this dude who took a drone and went through the canyons.
Uh.
He found an opening, and in the opening was like, you know that little dog shit from like Egyptian? Like, it's like the dog.
Anubis.
He's a man.
Anubis.
There's 2 of them on each side.
Yeah.
There's a pyramid in there.
They go inside.
Told you, pyramid.
And then there's like on each side there's like where like torches or something.
Right.
And then you go through it. There's like fucking pieces of like pottery on the floor, and then over here
Tombs.
there's a tomb. There's a bones. There's
Writings that look Egyptian.
all Egyptian.
Gold.
Yeah, I heard about
Whole
that.
lot of
Whole
gold-plated shit.
Like it looks like an Indiana Jones movie.
Mm-hmm. With many directions to go, like
Where's the entrance?
it was a tunnel system. It was the entrance to a tunnel system. You know?
So
Where's
then
the entrance? Where's the main entrance?
they talk about it, but they can never find it again.
12 and a half miles
Yeah.
past this part. So they have a video of this.
Mm-hmm.
So if you look it up, go on probably Reddit would be the best way, right?
Mm-hmm.
You go on Reddit, and Reddit will be the best way for you to look that up. But the dude comes back. He's flying back. As he's coming back, he sees these black helicopters following his drone. They fucking
Black
land.
helicopters following his drone?
Yeah. They land. They don't like land with him. He gets it. He hides the fucking chip.
Oh shit.
Like in his band for his light.
Got to put in the fake chip, bro. Hurry.
And then they come and they confiscate all his shit.
Yeah. Didn't find the chip?
Didn't find the chip.
Good. Shove that in your ass if you have to.
And
Check his ass.
dude, I don't know. Is it real? Is it
Why wouldn't
fake?
you check that?
Who knows?
Dude,
That's
he
the
just
first
like
place I
he
check.
just he just said a story like I would love to go to the Grand Canyon and just fly a drone down there.
Like Havasu Pie.
There's
like
places.
Havasu Pie.
There's literally places in the Grand Canyon you're not allowed to go into, right?
That's why. That's
Bro,
why.
why
you
is
know?
there places? All right, so here I got
It's
it.
so,
that's what I'm saying.
it's
Why
so
can't you-
massive, though. You can, but it's so
Wait.
massive.
So with that
You
being
know?
said, I have
I don't think
You
so.
I have a piece
You
of
can.
I have a
can.
piece of
You just have to know where to go.
audio,
Mhm.
and in this audio, it's a guy who paid for a trip to go to Antarctica.
Hmm.
He had a satellite,
Phone?
not a satellite phone, but what is the thing, the Elon Musk satellite shit?
Oh, Starlink.
Oh, Starlink for
yeah,
the
the
Wi-Fi
Starlink.
and all that.
They pick up on it. They cut like eight to 12 dudes come,
Oh, they traced his Starlink thing.
and then they send them back home.
Fuck. Yeah, that's the first mistake, bro. You got to go out there.
All right,
If you got
this is a streamer. He's streaming live, and they catch him because he's using Starlink.
IRL in Antarctica.
IRL in Antarctica, and behind him in this video, you can see.
How's it going?
See, I would use that shit. I would keep the Starlink off.
He's a being approach right now.
Receive it on the way back. You can't use it on land. Say it. Can't use it on
Keep
land.
that shit off until I get fucking swooped.
You can't use Starlink on
We
land.
checked it in
Not in Antarctica.
biosecurity yesterday, and
You
there's
checked
no
in
problem.
security.
We're going on, but you're the captain, so it's all yours. Okay.
The boat, because you have to do the boat. The captain takes it away from him.
Oh, fuck.
And then it
Okay,
says
cool.
It's not such devices, they're not anything.
they make him stay on the gear. They make him stay on the boat for a week.
Cyber security is completely forbidden.
Really? So no one's
You
allowed
hear
to have
these
a car.
stories?
Not even a single piece of data.
Really? On land?
Microphone.
Is that for like all? I'm just asking a question.
Guy
We're
that
already
went
with
to
you.
Antarctica and he disappeared. Remember? He flew a plane into Antarctica.
No one looked for him. If he was a white woman, we would have known about it.
No,
Yeah,
people,
Asian guy,
people
nobody
were
looking for him.
following
If
him.
it was a
Korean.
transgender blue-haired
That's true.
woman,
That's true. Yeah,
it would be boats.
I heard there was a black guy down there too, but no one looked for him. You know.
Wait, is she a transgender white woman? Go send the fleet.
Yes.
No.
Wait, are we at a good? Are we at a good spot to switch
Yeah,
gears?
of course, brother. We having
All right,
fun.
just me and you.
Let's get it.
Let's me and you
I
lock
can
in.
turn off
Lock
the
in,
mic
baby.
now.
Let's go.
In a situation that
Over here, yeah.
no
My bad.
disrespect,
Yeah.
all love. I just want to know what I respect you. So I'm going to start there. I respect you. I respect your opinion. I think that me and you see the world very much the same. But there's one thing that me and you don't see eye to eye on, and I just want to know your
For
side.
sure.
And I just because I respect you, and I know you're not leading people in the wrong direction, because I think your heart is pure.
Mm.
In that,
He
in that
thinks
way.
he's saying you're not crazy.
Yeah,
So
talk
here
to
we
me.
go.
Well,
We're having manufactured
Mm.
we're having manufactured ICE protests. I'm going to say that statement.
So you're talking about like the No Kings. Yeah, the No Kings was sponsored by Walmart. It was sponsored by a lot of... The No Kings protest was sponsored by Big Money.
ICE.
ICE in general, bro? Look.
Microphone.
In general...
First of all, if you're going to talk about the microphone.
Yeah, in general, bro, yeah, bro, there's always agent provocateurs that are going to try to hijack movements and steer them in another direction. There's always going to be plants. There's always going to be fucking infiltrators, bro, always, 100%. But to say that there's no legit ICE protests, you're not acknowledging the anger that real people are feeling, bro, because...
So what is that anger?
The anger is
So
you're
you-
going out, you're
let
saying
me-
you're going
let-
after criminals, but you're going after working class people.
So let me tell you my point of view,
Talk to me.
and I want you to school me.
For sure.
I'm going to come to you as like a student trying to learn. So that's where this is coming from.
Mm-hmm.
We're in America.
Mm-hmm.
There are rules here. There are rules, and there are laws.
Right?
I believe a lot of laws are meant to be upheld.
Mm-hmm.
I'm one that believes in true in laws
Have you ever broken a law?
all the time.
Remember when they said that smoking weed was against the law?
Correct.
Right? So there's sometimes where the law is the law, but it doesn't mean it's the right thing, right?
But
So
it
to
also
control
hurts
someone-
people, right?
It can. It
Does
can.
Doesn't them breaking people who are not illegal breaking the law at the extent
Taxes
that
that
are
it was
people.
People that are not or people that are.
people that are breaking the law
Uh-huh.
Taxes hurt
right
people.
now
Right?
because of 2020 through 2024 in the open borders, it affected America to the point where we are close to a recession.
Yeah, they're trying to destabilize America. And like we talked about it last time,
So that's where I'm at. I recognize
they
it
allowed
as
a lot of people.
disablement.
They allowed a lot of people in, and a lot of them were
20 million.
from different countries. It wasn't just Mexicans or Latinos, man. They were there was a lot of Asians. There was a lot of Middle Eastern, Indian. There was a lot of Asian people migrating, right? But the whole
Chinese.
concept behind,
And how the fuck does that even happen?
Bro, I think about this shit too. Like, you would see videos in New York where they would have these centers where they had immigrants pull up to a facility. They would give them phones, they would give them work, and who knows what the fuck go on in these facilities, right? But I truly feel that you got to think about our rulers are thinking long term. You know, they're setting the pieces up for the next thing to happen.
What does it mean to
Right?
destabilize America? What does that mean to you?
And so, what I mean by destabilize is,
What does that mean to everybody?
remember when we were
what
talking
does
about
that mean for the world?
it does the
I
world.
have an
is-
opinion on that.
The
too.
world is apart from what I'm talking about, like as far as United States, you know? If you look at what was going on, and I seen you commented on this too.
Oh, you see my comments?
Well, you know how
Sometimes I'm like out of character.
well, no, you know how like sometimes your friend likes the same picture, it'll show your little thing, and you know how sometimes you come up on a post, and whoever you're friends with shows up at the top of the comment thread.
You're like, oh, these ones are
Fuck,
They're
right.
Like, oh my god, these guys are
No,
suicides like
it
me.
wasn't bad, bro. It was
These guys are pervs.
it was
Because,
somebody.
like today, I was like this.
Yeah.
This lady, she was like talking shit to me,
Yeah.
and I was like, first of all, I'm not trying to get attention from anybody who's 55 or older. Thank you, though, bitch. Like, hold on. I'm gonna read it to you because it's really fucking funny. Hold on, man. I fucking roasted this.
I get so
You guys
funny
are
when-
having online conversations somewhere? Like this is on Threads or like what is
Yeah,
this?
this is on
It's on IG.
Threads.
Oh, he's on Threads.
Yeah,
It was
no,
on
no,
Threads.
no, it's on IG.
Yeah, I was on IG.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Hold
Somebody
on.
had the same question.
Oh,
What
here
does
it
that
is.
mean?
So me and her just
Destabilize
get
America.
into it, right? It starts about men not having emotions. And then hold on, she was like talking. So
Men
she-
don't
We have him.
ends
We
up-
just suppress him.
She's
You
like
know what I
going
mean?
in on me. I go.
We put them back in there.
She goes, I'm surely you're intimidated. Blah blah blah. She was talking about my muscles or whatever. I go, do you want me to DM you a gym pic, shirtless? Because she said I have
spitting
an
on
ugly
you.
face, but she says I have a good body. I was like, I'll cover my
What
face.
You're saying I'm a butterface, bitch.
Damn, Cleveland Brown.
And she was. Hold on. Oh shit, man. Where's the other one? Oh, I go, Grandma. No, I'm not in a band. If you recognize me, it's because I'm in the music industry. I go, you have grandkids that need help? Are they in a band? DM me. This girl, she's probably like 42. You know what I mean? I'm just fucking with her. Like, I don't give a fuck.
We've all been there. We've all had our fair share of online scraps.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Comment section scraps,
Oh, yeah.
you know?
She was, okay, hold on. Oh, here it is. I found it. She was, why are you in here? She was like, I want to come. I go, I'm looking for grannies who are over 75. Look who I found. The exact demographic I'm looking for.
That's somebody's grandma, dog.
No, she's 45. She'd be lucky if she was grandma.
And she's nice try. Look in the mirror, sweet cheeks. I go, I'm in my late 30s, lying. I was like, you're at least in 70s, late 60s.
Bro, are you too old for that? You need to go at this old lady, bro. Like,
Are you? She's the same age as me. I'm just fucking.
I know it's
with her.
entertaining, you know?
He lives for online troll
missed
battles.
out.
He lives for
Hold
it.
on, there's one thing
That
I
energy
got-
could be fucking well harnessed in another field
What does
for
this
sure.
have to do with destabilizing America? Is this part
Yeah,
of
that
this?
energy could be.
Okay, no, let's go. You're right.
You know, because you have a voice,
I'm
man.
just-
You have a passion. You have direction, bro. You have a lot going on for you. And I feel like that passion and energy, we need that shit. You're more passionate than most Americans about so many things, bro. We have so many friends and people we know who ain't passionate about shit. So the fact that you have it is just beautiful, bro. And what I was referring to is a comment, man, that we both commented on a video that was about this woman who was named KG, or she had a fucking 2-letter name, and she said, yeah, one of my confidential sources told me back in like before George Floyd times, or like around George Floyd time, she said, yeah, people protesting about this right now, but the next thing is gonna be, oh no, it was I don't know if it was trans shit or George Floyd shit, but she's like, yeah, but the next thing that's gonna happen is immigration protest. All these.
Oh, yeah. This
Right?
is on. This is on Sam Tripoli's podcast.
Yeah. So I looked her up, right? Because your comment was, who is KG or whatever her name was? And immediately I just typed thing in YouTube and it came up. She has a show. She's a political commentator. And it's so true, bro. So there's people, she said she had sources inside the government that told her what was to come next. And guess what? She was absolutely fucking right.
So that's
Right?
why I said.
Okay, so this is the plan.
manufactured.
They told
Right.
her
So that's why I said
Manufactured.
manufactured.
So it's a slow destabilization of America, man. It's meant to introduce again. Well, before we say what the next step is they let the borders open for a long time to allow so many different kinds of immigrants in, because the next thing they want to do is say, oh, there's domestic terrorists. There's people here that are against America. And now they're passing laws to be able to jail an American citizen with no due process, right? So they're creating the circumstance, bro, for the next
What is
step.
that, though?
Hold on.
You
I'm
just said
telling you.
that.
I'm telling you. They're creating the circumstance for the next step, which is there's a lot of illegals here. They're breaking the law. We're just one big event away from them taking that next step, bro. And for them to say, okay, we needed to do these laws because there's a lot of crime over here, and we need people to identify themselves because they could be illegal. They could, and that's where we're going, bro. And once we allow that through, then we're all under this police state. We're all under Palantir. We're all under surveillance. And guess what happened 9/11, bro? People traded security. They trade their freedom for security. It's the same thing. It's just another step in that direction. So they're trying to agitate patriots and be like, yeah, immigrants are coming taking your jobs. The reason your life is shit and you ain't getting paid shit and there's no jobs because of these fools, right? But they're not talking about all the money we're giving away to all these other countries, bro. And you know who I'm talking about,
Yeah.
right? And so they have to set up the playing field for this next civil fucking war type scenario, which is, okay, back to Alex Jones. You realize that he always talks about bipartisan. He's always a Democrat, Republican. I loved Alex Jones at a certain time, but I stopped fucking with him after certain thing. I learned he had a whole thing wrong about Cuba. And I'm like, bro, I studied Cuba so much. You fucking lying at your ass right now. And we go on that later, but he's been right about so many things. You know, Bilderberg Group.
Was it the school?
He was right about so many things,
Was
right?
he right about the school?
But
Because
now, no, he
He
wasn't.
got a lot of
he
shit.
was horribly wrong.
He got
But
a lot of
what I'm
shit.
talking about is,
he got a lot of shit about the school.
yeah,
he got a lot of shit about that.
You know, you can't
Anyways.
be 100%. But the
Yeah.
point is that I think he is a controlled opposition at this point. You know, because they took all his money away. They embarrassed him, and the
That's
new
true.
Alex Jones now
That's
he's
true.
heavily funded again, bro.
I think he bet
And
me.
so, but the trip when you listen, and I'm not saying don't listen to him because I grew up listening to that fool in a way. You know what I mean?
Right.
He's always pointing at the Democrats. It's the Democrats. If you notice, right? And I think we're mature enough to know.
Democrats.
Bro, Epstein list, Democrat, Republican. I think we know. It's a two-party system.
Was he that way though in the 90s?
No, he was not.
bet the-
This is some new shit. This is some new shit.
Sorry, new shit. Okay.
This is new
I
Alex
agree with
Jones.
you. I agree with you.
Like, controlled
And he
opposition.
continues to listen.
You know who else is controlled
he
op?
continues to fucking defend Trump.
Bro, he does. He lied about it, too.
There's a lot of like cool shit that Trump's doing in America. That
I hear the
can
tax shit is
respect.
cool. Yeah, I heard some tax laws to erase your debt, to fucking stop debt collectors, and to like, yeah, there's a lot
There's
of
a
new
bunch
UCCs.
of cool shit that he's done.
Yeah.
But
Doesn't outweigh.
most of his fucking overseas shit, his out of America policies suck, and they fucking just cater to Israel. And guarantee you, I promise you this, bro, we are going to enter a World War III.
Yep.
We are going
They
to
said this
fuck-
weekend, bro.
What-
They said this weekend
do
they
you-
might strike.
Do you not see what happened? Like, come on, people, be fucking.
Didn't it start
don't
already,
fucking
to be
stupid.
honest?
Okay.
Don't you
You
think
have-
it already started? World War
no.
III.
No, not yet.
Because it's psychological. Isn't,
it's not.
Isn't the third
It's gonna-
war
it's gonna kill everybody.
There's a
psychological?
war on the people, but
You
like
don't think
as a
people are
world
dying
war,
already?
yeah,
You don't think
it's
people
different.
are dying already? The third war
So-
is already happening. It's psychological.
They.
It's psychological warfare. 100%.
I agree with that.
100%.
Yeah, I agree too. But talk to me.
All right, so they're about to Obama to take heat off of himself. He goes, "There's aliens," and everyone's, "Oh my god, you didn't."
But
fuck
I haven't
kids.
seen them.
You didn't. You
Lying
didn't.
ass. Bro.
You didn't fuck. You didn't buy $75,000 worth of fucking
Hot dogs,
kids.
pizza,
You know what I mean? And pizza.
75 grand worth of
Pizza, hot
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 dogs,
dogs,
bro.
or
was
$125 of cheese pizza.
Okay, so knowing this, Tim, and we're talking about ICE, and we're talking about detention facilities, and we're talking about illegal immigrants being the scapegoat, right? Because we just gave so much money to ICE, they're buying up warehouses, bro. They just sold a warehouse in Texas that was supposed to be for like 15 mil, 20 mil, and they paid them 100 million over the asking price. So there's payments going out to certain people in these ways, and it's not red flagged, right? And so what they're building up is, okay, United States wants to compete with China, right? They say China's our biggest enemy. They hold a lot of U.S. bonds, and so the way that America is going to compete, one of the ways, right? There's so many angles to this immigrant fucking thing, bro, and these are two. One of them is
three questions.
we're gonna lock them up, and they're already doing this, and they're already getting paid $5 a week. Right. And to make a phone call, I think it's like $2 to $5, right? So you got to work a week in order to get one phone call to your family in an ICE detention center, right? And so who owns ICE detention centers? Geo Group. Geo Group is responsible. If you ever been to jail before, you go through Geo Group to make a call home, right? But it's ironic that one of the biggest immigrant facilities is right next to one of Peter Thiel's fucking Palantir, or no, it's one of Elon Musk's Neuralink facilities. Okay, so okay, I'm gonna bring the receipts
If you say
I'm gonna bring the
Peter
receipts to you.
Thiel,
No, it's not Peter Thiel. Peter Thiel is Palantir. I'm talking about Elon Musk Neuralink. Yes,
I think
Neuralink.
that is a blessing to humans.
Okay, so that's where I'm
Change my
going.
mind, change my mind.
So last year they had
Cool.
like 8 people that volunteered to get the Neuralink chip, right?
The ones
and they
that help
announced
to walk?
20. Yes.
Okay,
Well, no. It wasn't
mark
never
of the
for
beast, the mark of the
paraplegic
beast.
people.
No,
Let's get
there
that
was.
right.
No, there was.
Yes,
there
for
was.
the cameras, my brother.
The
For the
six-
cameras.
six-
I'm talking. Oh, you're saying
It's-
that
I'm
Links.
saying that they're saying that
It's linked to that
they're
shit.
saying that
they're
that's not the
saying
real
that
deal.
Neuralink is going to help paraplegic and people, right?
Bro,
Okay,
just
and it does, it
last
can.
spring, that dude walked.
For the cameras, my G.
Okay,
But my point is, 8 people.
I agree. I mean,
Yeah.
you're right.
Yeah, 8 people.
It could be, but
So-
I'm so much like Isaac. I'm so enamored. Like, man, we can change someone's whole life.
Yeah, but you have no
I'm-
faith.
it's
Remember
my
the
it's my hope for
666?
you.
That's for us.
So
Like
when-
you
yeah,
think
so
too good
when-
of humans.
So when you have no faith in God, you cling to something.
Shut up,
and that's
Isaac.
what
Don't you fucking God me.
I guess what I'm saying is, yeah,
that
no,
shit
you're
out.
right. They did help. I'm sure they helped some paraplegic people. There was like 8 to 10 people that took the Neuralink chip last year, 2025.
Just regular people.
Elon Musk announced, or Neuralink announced, we're going to put that shit in over 200 people this 2026, right? When they admit
me.
something like that, that means
That's
that they
crazy.
already did it. right? If the government, if they
That's
tell you
true.
we're
They
gonna
had
do
clinical
this,
trials.
just like when they said
They
we're
had
gonna,
clinical trials.
Yeah.
And I saw the clinical trials because I work in clinical trials.
Hide.
I almost applied for that fucking clinical trial for Neuralink.
that's
So
crazy.
they definitely.
So what is it? What are they doing
No, I almost was part
So,
of it. They
what they're
definitely
doing,
put it
bro,
in
and
Hawaii.
this-
with this stage?
Okay, so there's a lot of immigrants that are disappearing from these facilities, right? And not only are they
But
disappearing,
are
they're-
they really though?
Yes, they're erasing them
Are
from the
you really,
database because
though?
what they're doing, I'm following this shit.
Okay.
When people disappear from New York and they get sent down to like North Carolina, or people disappear from California, they get sent to Nevada, or you're in fucking Nevada, they'll send you to Texas. Like they always send them outside of the state jurisdiction,
You
right?
don't think there's loud enough voices of like, oh, my dad, Juan Jimenez, he has not been seen.
Brother, they're not
Bro,
abiding by
it's there.
procedure.
What do you
They're,
mean?
they're not
No,
abiding by
it's-
procedure.
that's not there, Isaac. I haven't seen him for 12 years or 7 years
me
or
tell you.
7 months. That's not being out there. Those stories are not there.
So they're not following procedure, bro. Lawyers are after this. Lawyers are filing to get information on a detainee that they should be able to represent, like it's their client, and they're not following court procedure. Even judges are pissed. They're like, dog, like judges will send an order to let this motherfucker go, and they don't abide by it. So there's a divide between the judicial and the federal branch, you know, of the government. What they're doing, bro, with these people, we don't know, not yet. But they're disappearing them, bro. And what's happening is they're also disappearing from the database. People who were in the database before, these are lawyers talking that are trying to argue on behalf of this family. They're disappearing from the database. We don't know what happens, but we do know that when people visit these facilities, lawmakers or journalists, they're always reporting and they ask people the lack of food, the lack of clean water, lack of
No,
privacy.
I'm talking.
The conditions are
the
less than
conditions
human
are
rights.
another thing.
Right? United States, we established a fucking standard for human rights, allegedly, right?
I'm
And
okay with
we
that.
are in the new era. I'm okay
I'ma
with that
tell you
too.
the link
But
to
guess
the
what,
Neuralink.
Tim? Guess what, Tim?
There's
We're in
a
a
link.
different era
There's a
now. We're not playing. I gotta get this through to your mind because we're not playing by the old rules. It's not the new. It's not the old America no more. This is not the America of rule by law and everybody's equal under the law. We broke that all for Israel a long time ago, like in the last
true.
2
We're
years.
in the
So,
New World order.
so they understand that. Okay,
So all bets are off.
why do you think they changed the Department of Defense, the
You're
Department of
saying-
War?
You're saying
the Department
two,
of War now.
You're saying 2 years. I'm gonna say 9/11. Continue. Buddy.
Okay. What I'm saying is that not only do they want immigrants to be the working class and to compete with China, to pay a motherfucker $5 a week, you're competing with China now. You know, and so not only
You're
they
right.
killing
Yeah,
these,
yeah, yeah.
now
That
these.
is-
Okay.
You know what the Uyghurs?
Yeah.
Was that
The Uyghurs in China?
the what?
The Uyghurs?
How would you call me?
Uyghurs.
No,
That's
tell me.
racist.
Okay, so Uyghurs are Muslims. It's a race of
Oh, I
Muslims.
heard about that,
in
yeah.
in China, and when you
They're like Filipinos in Hawaii.
when you're in there, guess the fuck what? You're not a human. If you're a Uyghur, you're identified as it, they pull you off the street and you become a slave to the state of China.
Yeah.
And they have drones. It makes me fucking these white liberals. Like, you want to fucking go and stand for something? Go stand for fucking real something. These are motherfucking human beings who are being treated like shit
Yes.
and who are getting their head shaved, women or male, made to sit down when they're not working, and then work for China. All the shit that we get from Temu,
Mm-hmm.
guess where it comes from?
Exactly.
The Uyghurs fucking
So they're-
working for free.
You're absolutely right. And guess what, Tim? I'm glad you said that, my boy, because there's only two kinds of people in this world, man. Real shit. There's people that believe that every human being has a divine right to exist and the divine right to freedom and their own destiny.
That's me.
And then there's other people in every country that think that there's a superiority and that certain people deserve to be ruled over. Okay, so just knowing that, it doesn't matter if the law is the law. Is it right or wrong? So when ICE is swooping up fucking dudes that are working at a car wash that have no criminal history, when they're going to elementary schools and taking kids, bro, like you're crossing a line. Even homies that I have that are super pro-Trump, bro, are like, bro, I didn't vote for this shit, bro. And they're like, Contra, I can't say this shit in like Facebook because like I'm part of so many groups. Like I don't want anything. I said, you know what? Thank you for telling me that, bro. That's cool. But honestly, I'm not going to tell you how to live. But you need to stand on your business, bro. If that's how you feel, stand on your business.
So here's where I'm at. In 2000, when President Biden, that's another thing too. Supposedly Biden was. Did you see that?
Bro, all that
Epstein-
shit, they're all the same team.
No, the Epstein
Biden
files?
set
Did you see
Biden
the
set
Epstein
Trump
files?
up for the slam dunk. Well, that's pretty
No,
much what's going on. Yeah.
Well, you're about to figure out why.
Yeah.
Did you read about Biden and Epstein files?
Talk to me.
Oh,
Talk
that
to
he
me.
was like the Basthetic in the mask or what?
2019, he died.
Biden?
Biden.
I could see that.
In the Epstein files, this is where they lose me, dude.
That's crazy.
This is where they lose me.
The files.
Wait, so the whole
He's
fucking
a clone.
presidency was...
His whole and that's what you're
crazy.
saying, slam dunk for Trump?
Yeah.
Maybe Trump was the president the whole time.
But see, they
Fucking
say
shit up.
Trump ain't even the president. They're looking at Jared Kushner. You heard that shit?
I mean, it's possible.
Okay,
Wait,
so-
hold on. Let me close this loop real fast.
Yeah, close
Because,
it.
right. So you have Trump there, right? And he's you have Biden. They say that he died, right? They killed him
I could see that
So-
too.
for crimes against humanity, for that shit that he did with Ukraine. You know about that, right? You aware of that?
So he had a deal. Hunter Biden had his name on a bunch of deals. I don't know what you're talking
So-
about, but there was a lot of
Yeah, yeah.
Ukraine.
So in the last Obama administration, in the last I don't know, like 20 some days, they sent Biden to Ukraine.
Mm.
And Biden had like $20 billion check for a loan, right? They call them loans, but no one ever gets these loans don't get paid back. So he goes, "Hey, if you don't fire your prosecutor, your DA for the state, I'm taking this money and going back."
Mm.
And he goes, "Well, we're just gonna tell Barack." He goes, "Tell Barack, I don't give a fuck. Barack knows."
What happened to the
And,
laptop?
and I'm going, and he's okay with it, and I'm going the fuck home. So you either fire the prosecutor. You know they went to fire the prosecutor.
Hmm.
Guess who's on the energy board? Who is just raping that country of money? Hunter Biden.
That's what I was gonna say because I know
Hunter
he was
Biden,
a part of something.
and they were prosecuting him.
Imagine Hunter Biden all tweaked out in Ukraine, full of making deals and shit. Like he must have been hard to work with, bro. You know?
Dude, I've been a drug addict before.
Yeah,
I've
showing
been
up
on
to the
drugs.
meetings all
yeah,
turned.
all
He
fucked up.
He might be the next president, bro.
Full nodding out at the
He
meetings
might
and
be the
shit.
Democratic nominee.
Hunter Biden's
Hey,
like
but
that.
you know that's the power the U.S. office holds, bro. Hunter Biden was acting on behalf of his pops, fool, and they're
so-
all breaking bread, bro.
dog, they literally tell him like,
What happened to the laptop?
Oh, yeah.
That whole story just totally disappeared.
so he's on stage telling the story to everyone as if like somebody brought it. He goes, and son of a bitch, guess what happened? They fired the prosecutor.
Yeah,
He's admitting to everything.
idiots. Well, you know, Ukraine was one of the most corrupt countries in Europe, bro. You know that they're responsible for organ trafficking. You understand our conversation earlier about Tartaria and where the Ashkenazi Jews came from? Guess where they came from, my G? Modern day Ukraine. And guess what they used to call it? Khazaria. Okay, so they're Khazars, bro. And I explained this story last time I came, man. They were confronted by the, what was it? They were confronted, I think, by the Ottoman Empire, and they're like, yo, you guys are fucked. We could either kill you guys all, or you and all your people convert either to Judaism, Christianity, or Islam. And they chose Judaism, right? And so they hid within the religion of what is Judaism, and that's what is the Ashkenazi. man.
Ukraine is a type of country that they used to set up as a shadow country. It's called, I forgot the term, but it's what Israel is for America. It's what Hong Kong is for China. It's what Ukraine is for Russia. It's their fucking underground black country they used to do all their fucking shady shit.
Yeah, but here's the thing: you're absolutely right, and leadership in Ukraine is actually more towards Western favor now. You know what I mean? Because what they've been doing is they've been exporting organs. What is Israel famous for? When they shoot Palestinians or prisoners, they take their organs. When they send the bodies back, bro, they're missing organs, bro. And the organ trade, bro, you got a heart full. That's like $100K,
massive.
bro. Like that's a lot of money.
That's massive.
You know, China does the same shit. They have work camps in China,
Stem cells.
and they match people's DNA, and it's so understood that it's
Adrenochrome.
common in China. And look, a lot of shit that we learn, I feel like in the United States is like from the mafia on how to bribe and blackmail people, but also how to run and rule over your people comes from China. Because we've given them so many UN awards, bro, on how they run their country. And again, they have people in work camps. Again, there's two people in this world. People that believe that every human has the right to their own liberty and freedom. And then there's other people that feel that it's okay to rule over people, right? There's only two, right? And so I say that to say China is equally as responsible for adrenochrome. I'm sure they're sipping that shit. I'm sure they do the child shit, but they do things on the surface and say, we are outlawing pedophilia now for the death penalty. That was a new law in China, right? And I feel like it's for the cameras as well. Now China's like, you know, in the light of these Epstein files, pedophiles get the death penalty, right? And I'm sure they will at the lowest level.
You don't think it's fucking wild that everybody else on Earth is prosecuting?
Yeah, the fucking
Epstein
Prince Henry or what the fuck?
But not America.
Yeah,
we're the only people not prosecuting people.
Prince Andrew is fucking.
Yeah, Andrew. Yeah. Okay, so here's what I think is gonna happen with him, because it's not even about the Epstein shit, my boy. With him, it's about him sharing state secrets with Epstein, bro, because he was an asset to Epstein. So when the Epstein files came out,
isn't that treason?
Yes.
And treason's point is you could die.
They don't care he's fucking kids. They don't care that he's underage girls, bro.
Treason.
Because ever since the fucking files came out and the email exchange came out, they're more so looking towards homie, you revealing state secrets. That's why he's being taken to trial. That's why he was stripped of his stripes. But guess what I feel is going to happen? They're going to take him to court. And they're going to find him. They're probably going to find him or what, but they're going to find him guilty of the most minimal shit, if anything. Yeah. And they'll let him go. No way royalty's going to be in jail, bro. And no way he's going to be around general population. You know, that's your blood, fool. Like, it's your coven. You know, when they say blood is thicker than water, they miss the phrase, bro, because they're talking about the blood of the coven is thicker than the water of the womb. That's not the full saying. So when people say blood is thicker than water, they're talking about the blood oath that we take, the blood of the brotherhood, the coven, is thicker than the water of the womb, the connection to your family. And that right there makes so much more sense. And it also paints a picture of, damn, now I realize how they are ruling over the fucking planet and where their loyalty lies, bro. It's never been about family for them, bro, because guess what the elites do? They fuck their kids, bro. They traumatize them because, again, Dead Sea Scrolls and this ancient knowledge of this is how you create
what
obedience
is the Dead Sea
and
Scrolls?
loyalty.
Where does that come from? What is that?
It comes from old Samaria area. But what I'm saying is it's a way to program human beings, right? It's like how they raise their kids. They traumatize them. They make them susceptible to certain traumas. Their personality splits. They forget about that, but there's triggers that they live with, right?
That's what the Dead Sea Scrolls is?
It's so many things. It's so many other things, but
that's what's part of it.
It's part of it, and I guess what I'm saying is that any child, like there's schools that elite children go to that indoctrinate them into being the next rulers of this empire. Yeah. But as I understand it right now, America's meant to fall. Like we're gonna fall pretty soon, right?
How do you know
and so to all the listeners out there, buy silver right now because silver price is gonna go parabolic.
How do you know it didn't already fall? How do you know it didn't fall already in 1776 and then you were
come on, you're giving me hypothetical. We could talk about so many falls of America,
but no matter what,
we're
in a different
you're on the top. America's on top.
You're gonna feel the fall.
Who's more on top than America?
China, India,
nope.
Russia.
Nope.
Why not? How do you know?
Hey,
India.
How do you know? How do you know Russia is not? How do you know?
Well, how do you know China?
How do you know China isn't? How do you know China isn't?
Their population, the average price everyone makes is like $7 a week.
Yeah, on the world market.
How do you know Russia isn't?
So on the world market,
yeah.
Because they're getting fucking mopped up by Ukraine.
Don't mopped up by Ukraine? No, they're not, dude.
Are you kidding me?
Getting mopped up by Ukraine?
You know how many people died from them? How many of their soldiers died?
I gotta interject here. I got your back.
Go for it.
I gotta say, you side busting a lot. You side busting a lot, and a lot of your side busting is without the mic, and I'm glad you're on the mic again. You know what I'm saying? But what I will say is, have you guys seen those videos in Ukraine of the Ukrainian fucking military going and fucking yapping up a military age male to make a register?
Yeah.
Why? You know why? Do you know why? It's because they have all the machinery.
You don't see that?
Dog, it's so bad.
Here's what's happening.
Talk to him.
Let's just say that, like, right now, I go outside, like, the show's over, I go outside, I'm like, I'm gonna walk my dog. I'm walking my dog, guess what happens? A fucking van pulls up. They snatch up the dude and say, "You're gonna go fight in a war." Boom. It happens all the time.
Can we pause real quick?
What do you want?
Can you, when he comes back, can you just like, because it keeps going through, and I don't want to make him feel uncomfortable, just you're taking whippets while he's right here. No, just because I don't know if it's probably coming through the microphone or whatever.
I'm not really. Only when you're like, well, I'm trying to go to you when you're talking, it shows it.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. I'll cut that part.
Yeah. Just
because people don't want to like think that you're dumb. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they'll automatically refer to that if they think.
No. I'm just saying. Don't
No,
give more reason.
I mean,
No, I got your back because you said something that it's valid, right? Right. We're talking about Ukraine and how Ukraine is in a deficit, a lack of actual soldiers, bro. They got a lot of military equipment, they got a lot of funding, but they lack people to use it, bro. So they're going after people on the street and they're kidnapping military-age males and making them serve. Like, if I'm on the front lines, I don't want a motherfucker that don't want to be here to be on my squad, right?
Because you're scared as shit.
Right. And so he's going to defect. He's going to do whatever, right? But what I'm saying is I gotta disagree. I think Russia's kicking ass. I know they're kicking ass because I follow this guy, Scott Ritter. If anybody out there follows Scott Ritter, ex-Marine Corps veteran. He was also a consultant of some sort in the Clinton administration. And he was a nuclear test fucking inspector, but a decorated Marine Corps veteran, right? I love listening to Scott Ritter because he will explain any attack that happens, right? So when Iran fucking sends missiles to Israel, he will tell you where they hit, how they did it. He will tell you the waves. They send a bunch of decoy drones, so the Iron fucking Dome is distracted by these things, and then the real fucking shit comes in, right? So his perspective on war is unlike any other commentator I've heard, right? And so when I hear Scott Ritter talk about Ukraine and Russia, Ukraine's getting their ass kicked, man. They got a lot of funding, but they don't got enough soldiers. And they're just basically, so they've resorted to drone warfare, right? And a lot of Russians have died too. A lot of Russians have died, but the amount, and if you could look this up, the amount of Russians compared to Ukrainians have died is fucking not even close. They're slaughtering these Ukrainians.
Supplement of North Korean people in there.
Oh, there's 5,000 North Koreans that died. And guess what? Kim Jong-un said, we're building an apartment complex for all the fucking families of the soldiers who've died overseas, right? And so it was his gesture. And they also outlawed Zionism in North Korea. They said, no Zionism here. They're passing death penalty type shit. I don't know if it's death penalty, but I'm sure it is, right? They're outlawing because they're making sure.
I mean, honestly, like,
they ain't shit, but they're just not against the banking system. But check it out. The whole war
is about even worse. It's worse being in there than out here.
Yes. But the whole war is against the banking system.
I love it.
And so what are the countries that have yet to fold to the America and Europe banking system?
Iran.
North Korea, Iran are two of the most prominent, right? China played by the rules and they're kicking ass, bro. Like, and so the U.S. is like, fuck. We can't beat that, right? So how do we compete? We enslave all the immigrants. We do that, right? But what's going on also is they're trying to be in the race to become the head of AI. Whoever rules AI
first
is going to rule the fucking world. And guess what I believe? I believe the hierarchy of China, the hierarchy of Europe, the hierarchy of America, they're all homies, dog. They're all homies, bro. This is all a fucking game. Because guess what? At the end of the day, bro, we just at the bottom of the pyramid. Man, you know why China embraces the dragon so much? Think about what I talked about earlier with Chris Reynolds and the cult of the dragon, right? And so, bro, there's entities on this earth that demand blood, and in turn, they will reward you with positions of power. And the world is on its way to a one world government, but it has to do it strategically. They create the problem, then the reaction, then the solution. The old Hegelian dialectic is what they call it, right? So there is competition amongst these fraternal orders for control and all that, little wars, but they're all moving towards the same direction.
So let's rewind back.
Albert Pike, right?
We had a situation. So
I'll touch on that, yeah.
So my thing is, I have 20 million people coming to the country, making everything in the country go up, especially in California, bro. You have the house in between 2020 and 2024, the housing market to purchase a house, to buy a home, has went up over 25%.
There's a few reasons, 30%. Right? You heard BlackRock's buying up houses, right?
That's
you also understand what gentrification is, right? Like when people
in this area.
in anywhere, any city. Okay,
But
New
is it
York
happening
is
right
New
now?
York
In the
is the
hood,
best
though.
example, right?
I'm
Because
talking
they
about
had,
directly what affects me.
right, but it's the same tactic, I
I don't give a
guess.
fuck about other people.
So okay, we're here in Oxnard, right? And
Yeah.
back in the day, this used to be a playground. People used to play. These were like lemon fields or whatever back in the day, where you live, right here, right? When I was a kid in Ventura, bro, there was orange and lemon fields where I used to play, right?
Right
So what
here
is gentrification?
in '95?
Wagon wheel, that whole area.
Right where we're standing,
they were
this used to
gentrified, right?
all be.
We're gentrifying.
It used to all be land,
And
Like,
kids used to play here.
Just
Kids used to ride
bullshit.
their bikes here, build
motorcycles.
forts. Yes, yes.
I used to be here. I used
Right.
to ride. It's just all dirt, and I used to ride motorcycles here. And no, I didn't ride them, but my
Right.
uncle did. And I rode in the back of them.
So what I used to play Montalvo, bro. That was my playground. We would paintball up there. And what gentrification is basically establishing new housing, moving people from outside into the area, raising the prices so the property value goes up, and the people that are traditionally from that area can no longer afford to live there and they move out.
That's
Right? In a nutshell, that's what it is, right? And so that's what's been going on.
Collections, right
Yeah,
there.
man. We could go down the list, but so we talk about opportunity gone. We talk about displacement. Bro, how you going to blame a Honduran came over working a fucking job that you would never even think of working? How are they even affecting, bro? Like, they're shopping at the grocery store, buying scraps of food to feed their family. They're getting taxed for all the food. How are they responsible for our failure? When we know what the banks are doing. Like, just keep in mind what banks are doing.
I understand
big
that
business.
shit, but they're throwing a monkey wrench into our system.
How so?
Right? They're coming over. There's 20 million undocumented people coming over, supposedly, from 2020 to 2024. We saw prices go up. We saw over 25 to 33% raise of houses.
Okay.
We've seen grocery store prices go up.
Okay.
You see
You're right.
Just
So let's talk about that.
it rises like no business.
That's such a beautiful disaster.
Unless you're
Let's go.
saying that they notice this, let's fuck with the prices, and then let's blame them.
So
if
check
you're
it.
saying that, I can
So
say
check
that.
it.
I can feel that.
So you're not wrong. Grocery prices have gone up. Property prices have gone up. But to blame a fucking Honduran family that moved up here, or say they took over a whole fucking neighborhood, bro, to blame them for prices going up ain't it, because they're living off scraps. They got low-paying jobs. They're paying for a minimal amount of food. What is more of a threat to the prices going up is BlackRock buying all these neighborhoods up. It's them buying real estate. It's also us printing the dollar. You know what I mean? And the fact that countries are selling U.S. bonds also makes the price of the dollar drop, right?
So let's just say that here.
So to blame immigrants is kind of like, the news will tell you that.
So
but come on,
let's just say like here in Ventura County, right? Enough people can come and move in this area because of what we have agriculturally and the amount of restaurants we have. You don't think that that can cause a 10% raise in everything?
No, I don't. Because they're not consumers like us, dude. They don't spend like us, you know?
But they're still taking.
What are they
our-
taking?
From our small pool that we already have.
But what is
We
the small
already-
pool
The
that they're
small
taking?
pool is like what they fucking
But they're
decide
not
to give to us.
I think you're mistaken because they're not getting food stamps. They're not getting welfare, right? These are
No,
immigrant
I'm not talking
families.
about that. I'm just
Right.
talking about the general population, bro.
Right.
I'm talking about food. I'm
So
talking about
explain to me-
clothes.
explain
I'm
to
talking
me
about
Explain to me the difference between this, Tim.
shelter.
What is the difference between, let's say, Hondurans or Mexicans even take control of a whole neighborhood, like by St. John's, like right behind St. John's Hospital? What if they take over all that shit, right? They're paying the rent they have to pay, and they're shopping where they need to shop. I mean, whoever lives there is going to shop around the same areas, right? What's the difference between a poor-ass Hispanic families moving there than rich families moving? Wouldn't rich families spend more?
So let's just say that you're moving people out of there.
Mm-hmm.
Those people have to move out to other
No, I'm
spots.
talking about the poor
No,
families.
I'm getting
though.
there. I'm getting
Yeah.
there. They're moving out to other spots, correct?
Good. The people that were already there?
That were already there. Let's say the Hondurans moved in.
Yes.
Other people moved out.
Right. But see, that's reverse gentrification. How would they move there if it's so expensive? People,
Because they're jumping together.
they would move there if it's
a
cheap.
family.
If it's cheap, it would move there.
So
Okay, let's
just say
hypothetically,
2-3
right.
families moving
Right.
together.
Mhm.
So you're taking what the little scraps that we already have given to us by the government,
Mm-hmm.
by the
Did some
people.
Hungarians move in here? Is that what
No,
happened?
and we're just saying
Oh, okay.
for instance.
Yeah, it's a
Um,
hypothetical.
They do that.
Mm-hmm.
It's still. What message does it send to landlords?
Okay,
But
that's
hold on.
another thing.
What
You're
lesson
right. The
does it-
message is different than what is
What
the
message
financial
does
result.
it send to Walmart? What message does it send to Target?
Oh, they're
What
getting more
message-
money.
Correct. So they need to do what?
Do it again.
Raise the prices.
But that's not what raises prices, my
But
G.
that's what's happening.
The prices are raising, but it's not because people
because
are
of
shopping
a-
more,
no,
right?
no, it's
You're
because
saying
of-
that they raise price
of-
because people are shopping
No,
more,
it's because of supply and demand.
right? And if there's more demand for it,
Correct.
right?
Yes.
Then what? Are they going to raise the
They're
price?
going to raise the price.
Okay, but guess what else is raising the price? Inflation, brother.
I agree.
Okay, so I think this is a perfect scenario, and the narrative that goes on when we talk about this shit, it's a scapegoat. You can blame, oh, there's so many Mexicans, they're buying all kinds of shit. What do they tell us every
That's part of
Christmas?
the
Exactly.
plan.
What do they talk to us about in Christmas and Thanksgiving? They're like, yeah, go out and shop. Like, we are consumer culture, bro. If anything, immigrants aren't purchasing enough. They're living off the bare minimum. So they're not spending more than me and you at
Correct,
Walmart.
but
They're
they're-
actually not spending there.
But they're
Right.
in they're that little percentage spread out between 12 to 15 families in a community.
I agree. And I think
It
that you're
makes
talking
an
about a different
impact.
Yeah, it makes an impact. And I think that what you're talking about is a different argument. Because I agree with you, it does change the dynamic of shit. But when we're talking about a group of people that moves here and they're working shitty jobs and they're buying food just enough to survive, or they're selling flowers, to blame this class of people on the fact that prices are rising, you're fucking tripping. Because if anything, bro, if there's fucking low poverty people moving into an area, the prices go down.
No,
If
they
the
go
prices
up.
go down, no, because it becomes
Dog.
a ghetto, what they call a ghetto, bro.
But there's no.
You know what I mean?
And
It's
then
a
where's the
ghetto.
ghetto? Where's the ghetto in Ventura?
Bro,
and,
there's
and Oxnard.
they're disappearing because people want
Exactly.
to move in. But guess what
All
raises the,
the-
prices, Tim?
all the
Is the
ghettos-
outside LA people that want to move to Ventura. That's
Okay.
raising the prices, my boy.
And that's a whole other story.
Right, but
Fuck
that
those
at
guys.
the core, that is what's raising prices. It's not poor ass immigrants moving here.
So
raising
with that
prices.
being said, you have these white liberals who are going off and going absolutely ape shit in fucking Minneapolis.
Mm-hmm.
You have people like me and you were talking about this, and we're splitting cutting hairs, man. Let's just be honest. We're splitting cutting hairs when we're saying that these people are to blame, these people are to blame. We know there's a bunch of blame to go around. But to your average dumb hick, because that's what we're talking about, the hillbillies, right? The hillbillies who are out there like, good God, I love my Trump. And guess what? I don't want no Mexicans in my neighborhood.
Dude,
Those guys are taking from that, and they're like, they're living their experience, their
Right,
life.
their
But then you
experience.
have over here in
and
Minnesota.
their algorithm, right?
yeah,
gives them
and
what
their
they want.
algorithm just fucking
That's so
hammers
important.
that bitch.
So important. Immigrants are bad. Yep.
But then you have in Minneapolis a bunch of white liberals
Mhm.
who are trying to be heroes, who are trying to fucking virtue signal to the world. And they're ignoring that whole situation.
I don't think it's
To the-
virtue signaling when
to
you
the point where they're
Go ahead.
following motherfuckers around all day and then getting fucking murked for
And
it.
guess what? These are people who are abiding by the fucking law that we know of in the old laws. Remember, we talked about this is a new era. They're abiding by the old laws of due process, right? Of articulable suspicion. What is the probable cause for your stop, right? These are people who have awareness of the law. They're people that are nurses, that are doctors, that are lawyers, that are out here following ICE, right? They're not impeding. Right? You got to understand that the vision is coming between the traditional constitutional law and all these statutes and codes that they're creating. So the fact that now they have outlawed, you cannot film ICE doing their activities, you're going directly against the constitutional right to film on public property, which is the whole reason why we had this whole auditor movement that they win in court because they film at a post office trips, they call the cops trip, overstep their boundary, put their hands on a motherfucker, detain him illegally. Now you just walked out of jail with $30,000, bro. Right? Because you didn't follow constitutional law. So what these lawyers, these teachers, all these people are doing when they follow ICE is they're just making sure that they're following procedure of the law. They're not licensed to do it. They're just the real fucking patriots that are making sure, hey, bro, Law enforcement, you got to identify yourself if you're law enforcement, first of all. They're not doing that.
But you're not. Yes.
Judges are passing laws saying in California, especially January 2026, all ICE agents in California, by fucking judge ruling, says you have to have identify. You got to identify yourself. They're not doing it. So they're
saying that they can't wear a mask. That's what they're saying.
This fight is going to go down after this administration.
Do you know that this is the Illegal Aliens Act of 1798? Correct.
Yeah.
Is what's being used. These fucking assholes in Minnesota are just ignoring the fact that SCOTUS said that this is legit, and they're using it.
But it's not legit, my G.
But SCOTUS voted it. So you tell me, the President of the United States says, let's go. You have SCOTUS saying, let's go. You have Congress saying, let's go. Where's the wrong?
So let me tell you something. There's a law way more ancient than what the president says, Tim. People, when you become a president, you can create presidential orders. It does not supersede the law, right? I studied law a few years ago, man. And one thing that was a breakthrough that I understood is that everything falls under the tree of common law or commercial law. Okay. It's the law of the land, law of the sea. Okay. Long time ago, when people would do trade in the world, they had to create a common law of the ocean, which is the law of trade. It's called the Maritime Admiralty Law. It's the law of commerce. Okay. And it also follows UCC codes, United States Commercial Code, right? All countries agreed we're going to abide by UCC codes, right? United States, the reason why we're a free country is because there's people who were able to establish what we know as the golden rule. Do to others as you would like done to yourself. That is common law in essence. So if there's no complainant, if there's no injured party, there is no case. But when you go to court and you identify as your corporate self, this is a whole nother convo, probably a whole nother interview. We have Kontra Mantis, the legal name. We have Kontra Mantis, the real human. There's two people. There's two Tim Amorosos, right? When you go to court and you say, and the judge says, Tim Amoroso, and you step up, right? You are on the ship. When you walk through and you stand in court, that's one way that you give up your consent, okay? The second way that they get you to waive your to fall under the jurisdiction and waive your rights is to say, how do you plea? Okay? If you enter a plea,
the proper situation?
I am executor, grantor, beneficiary, third party for Juan Martinez. Okay? And that was a lot. But I'm executor of my corporation, grantor and beneficiary of my corporation, third party. I am not the entity. And so I say that to say that, yeah, handle. I say that to say this, bro. I did this in court, bro. I had a charge back in 2017.
So we got the third. So you're the third part. We were at the third party.
Third party.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I said in court, and I learned this from Judge David Wynn Miller. He was a judge in Hawaii, bro, and basically understanding how to operate in court and how to not waive your actual rights. Mm-hmm. You have to know what the court needs to get you under the jurisdiction. So what they do is, first of all, they have you stand up and identify with your given appellation, your given name, right? And so once you identify with your name, you consent to being your corporate self, which we fall under what we talked about earlier, admiralty law, the law of commerce, right? So what they're doing with everybody in this country is they're charging them under the law of commerce, which is the law of trade. They could create 1,000 laws, right? In the world of admiralty law. But guess what? If you argue within what is common law, natural law, then they have no standing. They have no jurisdiction because you're not operating in commerce. But the way they get you to consent to operate in commerce is saying, yeah, I am Tim Amoroso. And they're like, okay, Tim, step up here. Boom. Now you fucking fell into the jurisdiction 2 times. And then you got one more chance to save your ass. And they say, how do you plea? And you say, not guilty. Boom. You just consented to being under the jurisdiction according to the law. Now, according to Black's Law Dictionary, 4th edition, there's a difference between driving and traveling. And the definition of driving has been changed. And we talked about this big change that happened in the 1850s and the early 1900s. There is federal court rulings that you can pull up in court that will stand. But guess what? In court, you need to pull it up, bro. You can't just say, I know my rights and have them fucking respect your rights, right? And so what I'm saying is United States created this whole outline of legitimacy. This is human rights. We're all pro human rights and all this, right? And everybody has a right to due process and everybody has a right to do this. We are going against the fundamentals that made America America. And when you see in Minnesota, whatever you're saying, these teachers, these organizers, these lawyers that are going out and following ICE, they're abiding by the traditional common laws that we have in America. They're not following the codes and statutes. Bro, they could make a law tomorrow outlawing vapes, and some people have done it, right? Yeah, it's a code and a statute, but the way it goes is the law of the land is the Constitution. Then you have, what is called presidential orders or federal, what do I call it? Presidential orders or whatever, right? Then you have state laws, right? Then you have codes, statutes. The lowest form of law is policy, right? That's like what they say when I moved the mask thing. Oh, it's policy. That when you hear people use the word policy, it's the lowest form of law. Statutes, codes, they're all the lower forms of law, and they're all forms of law that fall under maritime admiralty law, which was the law of trade of the ocean, because we identify with our corporate selves. But the real hierarchy, the true law of the land is the Constitution, which follows the God-given right to live and be free. And so people don't understand how to embrace these laws and how to defend them. But according to UN Charter, there is also, because we are part of the UN still, even though this motherfucker going everything against it, there has to be a due process. It's like a foreigner. If I'm from France and I go to visit the US and ICE swoops me up, bro, like they're going to pull up these laws and be like, yo, this motherfucker didn't even have days court, blah, 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 blah. But they know these people don't got no representation. No one's going to fight for them. And the ones that do, they get the runaround. During this administration, we've empowered ICE so much. We've empowered this other branch of the government. And we talked about this last time, how they just gave military ranking to the 4 biggest tech company CEOs. Do you know why they did that, right? Crazy. They did that, and when we talked about that, bro, it was before Palantir, bro. It was before we knew what Palantir was, bro. If you realize, we know what Palantir is, and they needed to elevate them to status of lieutenant colonel in order to be according to the law. And do you know why they're exporting Argentinians to El Salvador, Tim?
No,
because it's a loophole in the law.
What do you mean?
They're paying countries millions of dollars. Okay. Every country that they deport someone to has a number of what that country is going to charge to receive, not to jail, to receive that person that's been sent away, right? And I think it was like Somalia that had the highest price or some shit of what they would charge for US. But guess what happens immediately after? They deport them, and then they arranged to get them sent to the original country, because there's a law in the US that says, bro, you can't do that, bro. And so they're getting around it by sending them somewhere else. And then take this money, take them, and then they get sent somewhere else. Bro, they sent people on private jets. Bro, they sent Palestinian families, bro, in Pennsylvania and New York. I think it was like 8 people total. And they sent them on a private jet and deported them back to occupied Palestine. Israel, dropped them off at a Israeli checkpoint, and then they walked off to the West Bank, bro. These are Americans, bro, with American passports, American citizens. Nobody's fucking fighting for them, but they're there now, and they found the loophole in the law because they didn't deport them to their country of origin. And so this shit's going on at the core, bro. I feel like it's moves towards this new world government. It moves towards shielding Israel. Like, if you're talking about, immigrants are the reason why shit's rising in prices, bro, then why is there laws going against criticizing Israel? And why is there
I think that's two whole different situations.
No, brother. Hey, ICE agents train in Israel. They've
100%
been
aware of that. Yes,
okay, and so Palantir is a system used against Palestinians.
I agree.
Right, and now it's used against Mexicans. Right, and in Chicago, there's over 150 ICE agents that were found that are ex-IDF soldiers. Okay,
I agree.
They don't give a fuck.
That's
The
true.
tactics are very similar, right? And so I guess what I'm saying is we would be naive to believe that poor families moving here, working the shitty jobs that we don't want to work, are responsible for our prices rising, and we're not looking towards Wall Street or the bank manipulation of stock prices, whether it be crypto, whether it be gold and silver. We would be foolish to believe that the poor people are the ones to blame for our rise in prices, especially when we are printing dollars like fucking crazy, especially when other countries are dumping U.S. bonds, when fucking Saudi Arabia chose to not be a part of BRICS anymore, or chose to not be hold U.S. bonds and trade oil in the U.S. oil petrodollar, and saying fuck that, we're gonna go with China and Russia. Those are the things that are making the dollar decrease in value. It's not the Honduran family that moved in next door that's
But when
buying
you have
food at the
20 million, bro.
brother. Yes, even
you have
then.
20 million.
Again, I go back to the original argument, Tim. If 20 million people move here, bro, and they're working the poorest and shittiest jobs, and they're eating the most
still
scrappiest
eating-
food,
They're
yes,
still contributing to our society.
and there is a dent there, right?
And so, like, let's just say that there's a dude like me.
Tell me how
with
that
a
is
kid.
increasing prices,
So with my son,
because I think we established that earlier, right?
with me, I'm not saying right now in this time, but
Mm.
I've been to a spot where I am earning, where I'm scraping by for 8 days with $20
Yeah.
to get to payday.
You know, you should be worried about the Indian call centers more than you should be immigrants, bro.
And I'm worried about that
That's
too.
taking away more
And
fucking
dog,
jobs,
I'm
bro.
worried about that too.
Come on, dog.
Because that just
All the fucking companies are outsourcing their fucking customer
it's
service
just-
to India.
the
Why is no
biggest-
one in the uprage, bro? That's
Dog,
American. That's
this
actually
week-
American jobs that people want to take.
this week,
You
the
know what I'm
biggest
saying?
medical call center just sent all their jobs to India.
Bro, those are
This
jobs
week-
that Americans would work. Like, no one's trying to work in the fields here in Oxnard, bro. No one's trying to pick lemons or grapes up in Bakersfield, bro. No one's trying to work in the kitchen. Like, let's be real, Tim. Gen Z, bro, they're lazy, bro. They ain't doing none of these jobs. In 5-10 years, bro, we're not going to have no gardeners that are citizens, bro. We don't have them now. Like, dog, I'm just saying, bro, when poor families, like, when
maybe-
poor families move here, they're occupying
Is
the
it-
void. They're keeping America going, bro. Because without these immigrants, America would not keep
All
going.
right, let's just say let me move the question then. Is it worth all the protests?
I think that there needs to be pushback against them trying to change the old way of
Dog,
law.
they're fucking over here fucking with this instead of fucking with the real problem. They're not going for the head of the snake.
That's what I think about fucking ICE. They're fucking around over here doing this when it's not the head of the snake. That's how I feel about ICE. Hey, by all means, take out MS-13, bro. Go towards the Mexican mafia fools. If you want to fucking erase the world
Listen,
of fucking of gangsters, homie, go after
Can
the
I tell you an
gangsters.
epiphany
But guess
that I
what? They're
had?
not going after the gangsters, Tim. They're waiting outside of graduations. In fucking Bakersfield, in fucking Shafter, they're in Fresno, they're in motherfucking
I mean, to be fair, bro, Shafter, Fresno, Bakersfield suck.
yeah, they do
any,
suck.
Any fucking,
I lived in
any
Shafter,
fucking,
Yes, I agree.
dog,
I
any
agree.
kind of graduations coming from
I
there
agree.
doesn't really count.
That's hilarious.
But bro, that's all they have is the
Right.
celebrations. They
But
it's
imagine,
so
Tim,
bad.
But guess what? They don't even have that no more.
Hey, imagine
Don't
your
pay out
son.
Bakersfield.
Hey, imagine your son, bro, graduates from high school, bro, and his buddies, bro, Mexican dudes that they went to battle on that fucking football field together, right? Yeah. And they're homies, right?
Yeah.
And fucking Jorge and Carlos, they're his homies, and they're graduating, bro.
But do they live in
And then the
Bakersfield?
fucking- and, yeah, dude. And then
Hey,
Doesn't matter. Doesn't
Hey,
matter.
you're a dick. That's funny, and I'll laugh. But look, back in seriousness, though, like in
Just because
seriousness,
Isaac used to spend time.
hey, in seriousness, though, that would feel fucked up, bro. Imagine celebrating your son graduating with all his soldiers, and ICE pulls up, takes your son's homies and their parents, bro. It's like, bro, you're not going after the fucking bad guys, bro. Check it out, dog. We know who the drug dealers are, bro. They're tapping phones. Like, when people get out of jail, they keep tabs on these people. We understand. Okay, the ex-president of Honduras, he got life in prison, bro. 20 years plus. He got a presidential pardon from Trump, and he got caught importing hundreds, homie. You know how much a ton is? How much is a ton?
like
1,000, Isaac.
no, it's over 1,000. It's like 17.
2,000.
Yes.
Like that, yeah.
2,000 pounds is a ton. This fool got caught smuggling hundreds of tons of cocaine into the United States. Was in jail already, serving a 20-plus year bid.
Definitely
got
not
a
my
presidential
friends.
pardon, my boy. Okay, just internalize this. Then we go after Nicolas Maduro and say that he is
I get you.
okay.
I get you.
Okay, so there, and guess what? The Honduran president had ties with the Sinaloan cartel. Okay, this is all a web that me and you don't know shit about, Tim. I know a little bit, but I don't know it all. But I know enough to know he's pardoning a motherfucker that was found guilty in American courts, and he's also tied to the Sinaloan cartel. And Sinaloa is also tied to the presidency of Mexico, but it's also tied into the presidency of the United States, bro. And so there is a web that we are unaware of.
I mean, but then that's for everything though.
So I'm just saying immigrants aren't the problem.
There's everything. Like everything is more layered than we think it is.
Yeah, you know when immigrants will become the problem, Tim? And I'm going to agree with you on this little slice, right? Because there are sleeper cells here, but they're mostly, Israeli and Chinese, right?
I agree.
Okay, so
100,000,000%.
Okay, so Israelis.
Yes or no? Do I not say this?
Yes.
This is my.
There's no fucking sleeper cells that are Mexican. I mean, there's probably cartel affiliates, right?
Maybe.
Closest you'll get to a sleeper cell. There's definitely cartel affiliates here, right? But they're making money, right? But they don't have their own police policing Hispanic people, bro. Yeah. Israelis have their own police force. Chinese have their own police force. In enforcing laws on their own people, right? And so there's a big scapegoat operation going on, and that's all I'm trying to say, man. And I think that soldiers in the United States need to wake up. Real patriots need to wake up and see who the real enemy is, man.
So this is what I'm saying. When we are over here worried about this bullshit, we're worried about the minute bullshit instead of going for the head.
Yes, exactly.
And so when I see these people arguing and fighting about ICE and fucking illegal immigration, like I understand from the most basic point of it. I get it. I get the fucking basic point. Why you're upset.
There's
But
ex-military
that's not
people.
the fucking head. That's
No,
not the
it's
head of the
not.
snake.
We're
fucking
meant to-
that's worried to. Let's fucking go. Let's cut the head of the snake off.
They want us to fight each other, my boy. You know, hey.
How are you gonna do that? I know exactly what to do.
But
I'm glad you fucking asked me that.
I'm
glad you asked me.
I'm glad you used the microphone.
Money out of politics. And what else?
Term limits.
Term limits. That's it. And Israel dying. That's it. Those are three.
Keep money out of politics.
Are you
and
super
term
fucked
limits.
up or what?
Yeah.
No.
You're
Do I
super
look-
fucked up,
No,
yeah.
do I look fucked up?
Sometimes you look super fucked up. Yeah.
This
Like
whole
how
show has
so?
been interesting.
How so?
Because you'll be like,
Really?
yeah.
No fucking way.
Yeah.
You took a lot of whippets.
You're fucking. Is
I
it
did.
all gone?
No, there's a
Oh.
lot left.
Shut up.
I swear.
50%?
No, like more, like 90%.
Not even.
That's
Shut
not-
up.
Wait.
Wait.
No, you're lying.
No.
As much as you were. No.
No, there's no way.
90.
No, there's no way.
There's no way.
Tell the truth.
Then, bro,
I swear.
Epiphany, always in the bathroom, man.
Yeah,
Tim,
go for
I
it,
gotta,
go for it.
I respect you so much on what you know, knowing how we harvest human bodies for adrenochrome, knowing how the elite depends on human flesh and sacrifice to keep going, knowing this, and you know this,
100%.
and then knowing how they open the borders, right? And knowing how people get shipped over here in containers for human trafficking, immigrants, Hispanic most of the time.
Maybe that's
Yes.
the food.
Maybe you don't understand
Are they
that the
curling
blood
your
of the
Latinos?
indigenous is more valuable in the spirit realm. And it is. Melanated blood is more powerful in the spirit realm than white blood. Let's just get it out the way. And so when you have a people that is undocumented and you're allowed to arrest them and detain them and
Dog.
disappear them, like, brother, I just need you to
telling me,
connect the two worlds.
You're telling me to accept racism.
I just
on the show.
no. I just need you to connect the two
That's what you
worlds.
just said. You're like,
Well, there is
guess
race.
what?
Well, all races are very
Melanin
different.
blood is different from white blood.
It is. It is very different.
Tell me this.
It's very different.
Tell me
You
this.
know blood, bro.
Hey.
We're attuned.
For one, shut up. Go ahead.
I'm Mayan, bro.
What I'm
Shut
saying
the-
is you're intelligent enough to understand, like, we all see these Epstein documents. We all see that they're trafficking children. You know, we talked
Agreed.
about last time how military bases are launch pads for the three things:
Agreed.
trafficking children, arms, and drugs, right? Knowing this, knowing that blood, human blood is a currency. And when you understand that you have a populace of people and children that you can make disappear, on top of American kids that disappear all the time, but now you could disappear these immigrant family kids with no accountability, bro. Tell me how this doesn't further feed the machine, brother.
Let me just say, you're right. 100%.
That was the epiphany.
And guess what? I'm going to agree. However, when you have these normies who don't understand that and who are thinking that they're this, that they are,
Just
God's
voice.
gift to life, right? And white liberals who think they're saving, that doesn't fucking go with me, because you're not. You're muddying things up, and you're not even fighting the right people.
Yeah, I think they were led to be misled
That's
during the
what I'm saying, but
Biden.
Don't you think that
during
some
the
of them are paid actors that are
Yeah.
faking it to get a rise for people to be like,
Dog, we're eating fucking kids. There's human beings eating fucking children, dog. There's human beings eating fucking children.
Amen,
fucking
brother.
kids.
Amen, brother.
That's what's happening. We are not.
angry.
At all.
We're not angry enough.
We're not protesting that, but we're gonna protest fucking Juan getting immigrated back to fucking Argentina.
Bro.
Fuck you.
No, you're absolutely fucking right, bro.
That's
Come on,
manufactured,
Tim,
dude.
talk to him. That's a hot
you
clip
sound
right
like
there.
Alex Jones there.
That's a hot clip right there. No, but that's fucking facts, man. Like, our anger it needs to be directed towards right, man. I fuck with you and I love you and I know you have a pure soul in essence. All you guys
Jesus
do,
is
man.
human, Jesus.
All you guys do. And I wish
Thank you
more
for
of my
trying to take away my fucking soul, brother.
Bro, I wish I had more friends of mine that were as passionate as you guys are about these topics that we're talking about. These conversations I don't really have with anybody, bro. Like, I love my friends, man. I love them, and we're friends for so many reasons. But there's no time ever that we're sitting in circles talking about this, right? And so that's why I love and respect you guys so much, man. You guys are intelligent. You guys are one of the few out of the fucking bunch of people who see the bullshit. You feel in your heart something's wrong. A lot of people don't give a fuck if something's wrong. They're just trying to live every day, bro. And so it's so important for me to be here with you guys, man, and talk about this because we are the few that care. And I know you guys are leaders amongst your own circle of friends, bro. I know this as a fucking fact. I know when some of your friends are curious about some shit, they're like, oh, let's hit them up. I know you guys are that. I'm that. We are all that. And so I applaud you for it, and I think that anger, man, and I respect the truth journey too. And I'm not saying I'm absolutely right. I'm just regurgitating what I have learned, right?
Sure.
And I'm always down to change my
We
opinion,
all are.
man. I could always
That's
be
everything
wrong.
right here. Like, when
Yeah.
I'm talking to you, I'm not looking to be right. I'm not looking to be secure over you or be superior over you. I'm looking to answer and like to learn.
And I'm learning too. When you tell me, have you heard of this? I'm like, nah, talk to me.
Or you
Like,
want to hear the
another
Biden
potential
shit?
piece of the puzzle, bro.
I found the Biden clip.
Talk to me, bro.
You want to hear that
Yeah,
clip?
Yeah.
This is Biden before supposedly he died, right?
I totally believe they did
And
that.
this guy he's talking shit.
Yeah, because his earlobes are different now.
Dog, yeah, people.
It's gonna go on there, but however, he's talking about how he blackmailed Ukraine and used the money from America to get his son out of jail. This is before Barack and him left office.
Others to convincing us that we should be providing for loan guarantees. And I went over, I guess, the 12th, 13th time to Kyiv, and I was supposed to announce that there was another $1 billion loan guarantee. And I had gotten a commitment from Poroshenko and from Yatsenyuk that they would take action against the state prosecutor, and they didn't. So they said they were walking out to press conference. I said, no, I said, I'm not.
Do you understand what he's saying right now? Up until this point, he's saying he got from Poroshenko or whoever that is that they were going to fire the prosecutor, and he got there and they didn't do it, and it was $1 billion loan guaranteed.
We're not going to give you the $1 billion. They said, you have no authority. You're not the president. The president said. I said, call him. I said, I'm telling you, you're not getting the $1 billion. I said, you're not getting the $1 billion. I'm going to be leaving here. And I think it was, 6 hours? I said, I'm leaving in 6 hours. If the prosecutor's not fired, you're not getting the money. Well, son of a bitch. Got fired. And they put in place someone who.
The end.
Is that
Who's
a live Biden or is that dead
That
Biden?
is Biden.
Who's
He
he
said
this to?
he's on stage and he's just telling a story.
Yeah.
He's saying like
Flip.
there was $1 billion loan guaranteed,
What an idiot. Why would he say that story?
and he's
Bro.
like, if you don't fire the fuck, and why? I'm gonna ask you, bro.
Yeah.
Why did he want the prosecutor, the fucking DA fired? Why did he want him fired?
Bro, there had to be a situation. I don't follow that story. But that's just how bureaucracy works, fool. Like, money was the answer to the problem. I don't know what happened, but they're like, you know what? Everybody's got a price.
His son was
Everybody's
getting
got a price.
prosecuted. His son was getting prosecuted. He was like, we'll call the fucking president.
Ukrainian hookers, I'm sure. Ukrainian coke. I mean, Hunter Biden's habits are gonna follow him to Ukraine, bro. Like, just because he's there on official business,
Dog,
don't
if
mean.
I was in Ukraine, I'd be fucking hookers and doing coke. I'm just being honest.
Hey,
with
what
you.
about that dude that was here on Israel official business, bro? And then he got caught trying to fuck a minor.
in Vegas?
And then he got arrested.
And then they let him go. They go, here, we're gonna pay for your flight back home.
Hey, bro,
What the fuck?
what was the old quote that it was like Voltaire or someone that said, if you want to know who rules over you, know who you can't criticize.
Yeah.
Bro, it's
So I'm gonna
never
ask you,
been so
Isaac,
true
do you
to
know?
this day, bro.
Did you hear that?
What?
This dude,
What about you?
he works for fucking Israel
Yeah.
in the government.
He was here on some visitation, on some, I don't
You're
know.
supposed to they're supposed to vote on some shit here in
Yeah.
America and I mean,
Big dog. He's a big Israel dog. You know
Big
what I mean?
dog.
Yeah.
tries to fuck a little kid,
Yep.
gets arrested, gets flown back to Egypt or to Israel.
He was in jail a little bit, but they let him go.
Dog for 2 days.
They let
what
him
are you
go.
even talking about?
Yeah.
2 days isn't nothing
shit.
for fucking kids.
Hey, we're putting pieces of the
He
puzzle.
ended up abusing the child.
No.
Oh.
No,
But
he got caught.
He was trying to.
Oh shit.
They set him up. I mean, it was like people out there hunting, and I love those pedophile hunting
Oh, yeah.
pages.
Yeah.
That's my doom scrolling when I get home at night, fool. I'm on turn or whatever. I'm on my phone.
Chris
and I'm
Hansen
watching
with
this
Daylight
shit
NBC.
slapped in Walmart, fool. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, we know you're talking to the.
Bro, there's
You
this,
know?
there's this new one I just started following. Is like, they'll be like, oh, you're trying to fuck your little boys?
Yeah.
All right, well, you're going to fight this fucking 7'11"
I love that. Turn it into Bump Fight
Russian.
Volume 2. Dude. You know what I'm
And
saying?
he was like, well, or we can call the cops. He was like,
Yeah,
I'll fight him.
dude,
And he beats
love
the
that.
fuck out of
That's
him.
my favorite
Beats
blackmail.
the fuck out of him.
That's my favorite kind of blackmail. It's like, yo, we caught you on your work shift at Walmart.
Either we
You can
rat
either
you out,
step outside with us,
Yeah.
or we're gonna yell that you're a fucking pedophile. We got all the receipts, and then the cops will come in, and these fools fucking regrettably are like, all right, and they go out full, and they just get bopped up,
Yeah,
fool. You know what I'm
gun
saying?
slap me.
It's the best.
Did
And
they
they
still get arrested too?
No,
sometimes they just get ass beat and they run away. But the best thing, coming home at like 2 a.m.
I need to
and,
start watching
you
this.
know?
That sounds good.
No,
Yeah.
it's like they like cry. They say like this dude comes, hey fucker,
it.
you trying to fuck little kids, and he slap, boom.
Yeah.
Good. I'll take the assault charge.
Love
You
it.
take the pedophile charge.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, I'm not gonna call the police. All right, boom.
Yeah.
Slap the shit out of them, and then they're sitting there like crying in a corner, like in a bush.
I told
They're the best, bro. They're the best.
This tonight. Oh my god.
They're the
sounds
best,
great.
man. I'll
I
send you
jack off
some.
to them
Oh,
sometimes.
please.
Yeah, yeah. I'll send you some, man. But it's the
like
ultimate
pre-cum all
justice
day.
in America, bro. Because guess what? Back in the
Why
day,
can't we
even
have
if
it
a
that
girl
way?
in
doesn't suck my
small
dick.
town America, bro, we bring out the pitchforks and the torches and we pull up to your crib.
Hell yeah.
Like that's what it was. You know what I'm
People used
saying?
to get pined and tarred and feathered. Why not?
Oh my
again?
god damn it! I'm talking about the pedophile shit, but like, yeah,
All that shit.
obviously that probably stemmed from fucking racist beginnings, but
Oh, I'm sorry,
the
did I?
small town vibe of like, yo, this motherfucker did that, and the whole town
Yo,
coming
hey,
up,
trip
that
out.
we need that.
Trip out.
bro.
So all right, here we go. I'm gonna
ahead.
say this right here with the Biden thing. Are like, what do we feel? Do we feel that Hunter Biden was definitely in shit? He was definitely in shit. Barack was definitely in shit.
I feel like
They're all
Hunter
trying to
Biden was there on
protect each other?
behalf of his pops. You know what I'm saying? Facilitating deals.
Remember the big guy?
Every presidency has done that,
Dog-
my G. Every
dog-
presidency.
This guy, they got into his laptop. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
They go, you got to give 15% to the big guy. Who do you think the big guy is?
Exactly.
It's not me.
Yeah. Code
Because there's
language.
nothing big about me. I have a little dick. I'm fucking overweight.
Shoulders.
Oh, maybe
Big ass
maybe
head.
my big shoulders, big head. Yeah.
Shoulders McGee.
Big
Shoulders
balls.
McGee's.
Little dick, big balls.
I
Little
do.
big balls.
I do heroin. I
One of them
do
bigger than the other.
testosterone. My balls are small.
Oh, big dick, small balls.
Big dick, small balls. Yeah, that's where we.
Nah, but real shit, man. Yeah, he was definitely there on official business for the family, bro. Because
So do you believe in that?
of course, man. Yeah,
So
I
with
follow
that being
that story.
said, right here,
Yeah, man.
is there any way that you think that Biden's this like fucking really good dude,
Brother,
American patriot?
I think America, when we've seen all these videos of this fool getting high in a hotel, bro, you can still go on YouTube and find it. This motherfucker getting high with
Hunter Biden?
hookers. He's doing lines, bro.
Dog!
Like, how is YouTube allowing this
Are
to
you
be there?
Do you really think that I wouldn't want to kick it with Hunter Biden?
Yeah,
Honestly,
exactly.
like this dude does
Yeah.
blow,
Yeah.
crack, Molly, and
Shit.
fucks hookers.
Big booty Latinas.
I'll fuck with the Molly,
check,
bro.
Check and check.
Curly hair, big booty
Fuck
Latinas.
it. No, it's white girls.
Oh.
But guess what? To each their fucking own.
Hey.
I can go down to Tijuana, get me a big booty Latina.
Hey, I think we've
Let's
all
go.
had homies that are like all fucked up, but they're kind of rich, fool. And like, and then they're like, "Yo, party at my parents' crib." Like back in the day, imagine being Hunter Biden's homie, bro. Like, he's like, "Yeah, my dad's out of town," type shit, and we're going to Hunter Biden's house for. I'm there. He's like that rich kid that nobody likes,
if
but we're gonna
Hunter
go
Biden
party
invites
at
you
his
to come out
crib.
and
You know what
party,
I'm saying?
Everyone doesn't like him, but
Yeah.
if you go to
we're
him
nice.
at the party,
Yeah.
he'll give you a perk.
Exactly. You're gonna be invited into
What's
the
up,
fucking
dog? Oh,
into
here's
the
a
coke
perk,
room,
bro.
You know. You're invited into the champagne room, like whatever you want to drink, type shit. You know?
Yeah.
And but no, I totally believe in that, bro. And I understand that to be a move, man. Like every president, you wonder why politicians go from 150,000 or 250,000 a year to getting into Congress or
$5
Senate.
billion.
They're millionaires, bro.
I might want to get into politics now.
If you honestly think about it, like, all right, well, if you're gonna tell your kid to do anything in like to make money, it's got to be politics. You can go in a position that makes only $250,000, and then walk away with
Only 250.
$250 million.
That makes sense if you're a
Hey, you-
politician and you're grooming your kid to be one too.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
You said only 250.
Yeah.
Only.
Yeah, exactly.
Only.
Yeah. And they do set it up, bro. They set up the relationships for when they do have a kid. I mean, look at there's been so many career politicians that have bred kids that are politicians. I mean, that's what George Bush is, bro. That's what
That's why George Bush is an idiot too,
I mean, dog.
because he's a no shit. He's the only dude that's not in the Epstein files. Like the only person that's related to him in the Epstein files is Dick Cheney, and he is like an elite kid, rich.
You know why?
does whatever he can do whatever he wants.
I'm gonna tell you why. Because in the United States, traditionally, there has been a big battle financially between the families of Texas and New York, right?
Yeah,
New York has breeded the royal families of America for so long.
Correct.
But there's been Texas tycoon families that have made that oil money, and the Bushes are one of those families. So they've never been traditionally in that fucking New York hierarchy of
They're like the outs-
fucking yeah.
the
They created their own type shit, and they lobby, and they're powerful as fuck on their own. But that's where Bush comes from. That's why you don't see him, because he's kind of old school in that fact,
He's not
you
in
know.
the in crew.
Right.
Right.
So here's what we're
They're
gonna
on
do.
their own shit, but they're all same club, you know.
Right.
But they just like
I got
you
like
know.
They're in there like crossing bones, whatever.
He's
selling
fucking kids
bones
somewhere
or
else,
whatever,
basically, is
right?
what I'm saying.
Aren't they part of the same cult?
Yeah, hell
Those are
yeah, they
both-
are. They're, you know,
So
but
I'm gonna play certain parts of clips I found,
talk to me.
and we're just gonna hit it.
Let's get it.
What do you think about it? Boom, boom. We have like 30, probably 20,
Let's go.
and just let me know what you think.
This is fun.
All right. How the Jews? This is all have to do with
Go with the J word real quick.
This all has to do with
Use the Z word, dog.
Zionists. This all has to do with how the Epstein files and how they came out this week and what they're up to.
This shit is horrible.
It's crazy, bro. I think the American populace is overwhelmed. You know what I'm
I
saying?
don't even like to hear about that shit because it just puts me in a fucked up mood.
Really?
Like I don't want
I've
to
been
hear
there.
about it.
I've been there.
Like
All right, let's go.
No way. No way. No way.
So this
no
is part of the
fucking way.
Epstein.
This is the way the
emails.
Jew. This is from Jeffrey Epstein. This is not me saying it. No way. No way. No way. No fucking way. This is the way the Jew. This is from Jeffrey Epstein. This is not me saying it. It's not Nick Fuentes saying it. It's not Sneeko. It's not Hassan. It's Jeffrey Epstein saying it. This is the way the Jew make money and made a fortune in the past 10 years, selling short the shipping futures. Let the Goyim deal in the real world.
Yep, should be. That's what you're talking about.
There we go.
So, yeah. You asked me how do they make money, man? And I told you usury, which is loaning money at interest. But if you're telling me how they make money now, is the shipping futures. Yes, I heard that. You know, and so, bro, again,
But it's
when you have
everything.
insider
It's betting
information,
because they all have information.
yes,
And they're all betting against certain things, and other people are betting against other things. These guys are making money off of the people who aren't in.
Yeah. And guess what, bro? This is crazy and probably way more advanced, but in the future, we will understand that the Zionists are really just a fucking cover for the Jesuits, bro. The Jesuit order is really behind, and the royal families, of course. You know, like you think about who created the state of Israel, bro. That was the royal families. You know what I'm saying? Like they're the ones that established Israel. They funded it. They funded Hitler. They funded the whole migration over there. They wrote the Bal. You know, when you heard Tim earlier, he was talking about 1913, 14, everything changed. When was the Balfour Declaration written, bro? I think it was like around the same time, 1913, 14, or 1917, if I'm not mistaken.
That was before World War I, right?
Before World War One, and so they established the playing field, the battlefield, before it even became.
Yeah.
They made the decision in the late 1800s to make the move on Palestine, you know, but it took literature, it took planning, and before they pull the trigger, they had to make sure all the pieces were in place because they map out the next steps of the future in that time, you know. And so that
all stemmed from 1776, though, when the New World Order was established, and they had this plan to do all that, and that's
different.
That was a chain from that same set of plans that was just.
So what a lot of people don't understand, that's separate from the Zionist cause, because in 1776 there was double agents as well. You know, there was Benjamin Franklin was a known double agent. You know, there was a lot of what we call forefathers that were double agents that were working with you know, the UK, the United Kingdom, the hierarchy, the fucking kings and shit, right? Okay. And so they played both sides of the war, and so the misconception is that America won. We didn't win. You know, we might have won the fight, but we agreed to be ruled by the banking system. So we really lost, right? We won our own independence, but that stipulation was, but we're going to run your money. And we said, all right, for whatever reason, right? I think, you know, that was probably one of the stipulations, because you got to think the early forefathers, bro, they had ties, they had families that were still, you know, out in Europe. You know what I'm saying? And so
everybody wanted to, like, if you did just a certain person.
Like Benny Frank was up in Europe chilling, partying with the homies, bro.
In every little sector of humans, there's a person who wants to just rule everything. Who feels like they were wronged by the earth, wronged by life. And they deserve to just go and fucking run everything.
Hey, have you ever looked up like the names of the slave ships that came to this is all records, bro. Right?
People are fucking so. Isaac, I'm gonna talk to you.
Talk to him. It's a trip. I like the passion.
So
bro.
we have ships coming here, bringing slaves.
Like what were we told? Mayflower.
What did you think? Did you think that Americans were here? Like, oh, we got to get some fucking blacks. Let's go to fucking Africa. Let's pick them up and bring back here and make them our slaves.
It happened as well.
What did you think? What was your thought process during school? Yeah, when you were learning that shit. What did you?
That's such a deep question.
What were you taught?
That we went to Africa, got slaves, and brought them back.
What if I told you that wasn't true?
Well, I lay it down on me.
All right, so here you go, brother.
Let's go.
So what you have is, do you know that slave trade was stopped on Saturdays? You couldn't buy or purchase slaves on Saturday.
I did not know that, man. Maybe the day of the Sabbath. Does that have anything to do with it?
Maybe, I don't know.
Huh,
But
interesting.
guess
I didn't
what?
know that.
That's similar to Jewish tradition. I don't know. But only those days. The people who came over here were exiled from Spain. Those people were exiled from Spain. They had nowhere to go. They had to still make money. So they were Vikings. Different type of Vikings. They went from Spain. They went over to Africa. The largest people in the industry of slave trading up until the 20th century. They got the slaves from Africa, went to America, went to South America, and sold them there.
Bro, can I tell you why you just added a piece of puzzle that makes sense to me? Because I follow Latin American history very close. And similar to America, when Spain was ruling the world, and Spain became very rich off of gold and silver for a period of time. And that was the reign. But if you really look at history, it only lasted this long, bro. Spaniards' world domination was only about like less than 100 years, bro, because they ran out of gold and silver. They fucked up, right?
Even less than 50 years, right?
But check it out, less than 50. Here's what it is. This is what you just said makes sense, man, because there was a guy by the name of Simón Bolívar. And before Simón Bolívar, it was a guy named Tupac Amaru, which is why Tupac Amaru, he was an indigenous slave, bro, who actually ended up fighting back and freeing every country in South America from fucking Colombia to Chile all the way down. And when he came back up on the other side, like Jesus Christ, he was betrayed by his closest aide, bro. And he was then tortured, fucking just made an example of, right?
Destroyed as a human being.
He almost freed all of Latin America during the Spanish Crusades, right? So the people of South America would never see another fucking savior until Simón Bolívar. Simón Bolívar was a South American-born Spaniard. Okay, and so they called them criollos. Criollo was a term kind of like how I am a first-generation Mexican born here in the United States, and I go to Mexico and they call me whatever the fuck, gabacho or güero, or they call you gabacho, right? Gabacho just means you're white, like it's just like they don't mean it. You're not. They know you're not white, but it's kind of a demeaning term a little bit, right? Yeah, you're not a pure blood, right? Whatever. Yeah. But I say that to say that they had that term for Spaniard, the sons of the rulers of Spain who conquered, set up their fucking land, and then their kids were born in South America. They were called criollos. So the criollos had to report back to Spain. They had these dudes that were back checking, and the way their government was run, they had to check in. They're like, man, fuck checking in, bro. Like, we put in work. This is our shit, right? And so that's why I understand that story to be true, because there was a lot of people who were fucking greenlit by Spain, and they're like, yo, you said exiled, right? So they got to find a way to work, right? And so that's why that story makes sense to me. You know what I mean?
In the year that they were exiled from Spain was that was called the Great Spaniard Revolution, where they went and they did, because they weren't subjected to loans. They weren't subjected to these financial.
They broke off, man, and
they just said fuck everything and did their own thing, and it was the golden era of Spain.
Yeah,
and so in selling slavery, that's what they were doing.
No, they got rid of the Jews.
And
I'm not trying to be fucked up. That was the true story. Yeah. They were like, all Jews that are in Spain are exiled.
That happened, bro. They've been kicked out of many countries, and you asked me why? Is because of usury.
109, Isaac.
Every country.
Say it back to me.
They've been kicked out of 109 countries?
Right, say it back to me.
110, 111. It's about to be.
Go ahead, girl. Say it back to me. All fucked up. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Whip it.
109.
Whip it, hell of a drug.
You're not even listening anymore.
Right, I know. I figured.
No, it's not that.
No, but real shit,
the
man.
The third balloon, I was like,
Mike,
she's not listening no more.
Yeah.
Well, some of our fans don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just trying to educate the people.
And, to all our friends and family out there, man, we love you guys. And, we're just clowning on our own style. But there's a whole fucking sea of history that we don't understand.
See, I didn't know that. I didn't know about the Spaniards coming over here and being trades and be like, yo, you want to buy some of these slaves?
Dog, every single slave that was sold through Judaism.
They came in on Jewish slave ships, put it like that. There's
all of them.
There's documented.
Weren't you going to say something?
Okay.
The name of the boats? What happened to the
name
name of the boats?
The name of the boats, bro. There is actual document. And this is national history, bro. This is in museums type shit.
This is a conspiracy theory.
Yeah. You can go to like American museums, I'm sure probably in like Massachusetts and Vermont and shit. I'm sure they had them somewhere on the East Coast that are talking about the ships. They're not gonna call them slave ship. The ships that came here, and
every
retrace
maritime trade ship that came into port was
Jewish origin. Yeah, it's the Ashkenazis, man. Because there's so many Jewish people around the world. There's the Ethiopian Jews, the Sephardic Jews, so many different types of Jews, right? And they all stem from the 12 tribes, and we talked about this last time, man. The realest Jews that have actual blood ties to the original 12 tribes are the Ethiopian Jews. They actually hold the oldest Jewish Bible.
Amen.
Right? And anytime that they tried to migrate to Israel, and we talked about it as well, they would get vaccinated, which ended up resulting in the females from Ethiopia not being able to have kids. Right? And so that came out in the 90s, bro.
They're fucking trying to literally kill an entire race that led back to Christ.
They're just trying to stop the rise of black people understanding that they are the true Israelites. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Because these Ashkenazis can't stand the fucking Israel sun, the Palestinian sun. You know, black people are the divine creatures that stem from the 12 tribes of Israel. And if you look at Bible scripture, it also says that, you know, the 12 tribes were split up. Like it talks about them being outcasted to the four corners of the earth, right? They were outcasted the four corners of earth, and they shall not know their origins, right? Like literally the Bible talks about them, you know, it's like a curse. They explain it as a curse. They are cursed to be separated to the four corners of the earth and not remember their origins. And you're like, fuck, bro, isn't that what happened to black people, bro? You know, and is it a wonder why they excel in fucking every form of physical activity? Is it a wonder why they are the most melanated? And what is melanin? What is sun energy? What is the ability to, sun is information, light travels and it gives information. And so, you know,
they are also the most poisoned race on the planet. If you think about it, they're the most poisoned
Tuskegee.
race. Yeah, Tuskegee experiment.
Yeah, I don't mean to laugh about that, but that's what I think about.
Mental experimentation.
Yeah, and they've been demonized in every country they've been, you know. I think creativity, okay. I truly believe as an artist, man, like, information travels, bro. There's like a pool of like a untapped resource. I can't explain it. When you're trying to come up with a song or a hook or a melody, I explain it like you're putting your fishing rod out into the ocean of ideas, and then the ideas come. If you listen to artists, man, who come up with their biggest hits, they're gonna say, man, that shit just came and it was quick and fucking that was the biggest hit.
5 minutes.
Yeah, dude. And their best work isn't the fucking
happened
big
when
banger.
I was asleep.
Right. And so what is information traveling? It's that's why black people, man, they're the creators of soul music, funk music, fucking blues, right? And everything is like swooped from. Why do you think Africa's kept in a fucking submissive position? I want to talk about Africa for a bit, if I may.
Dog, it's on them. You don't think it's on them?
So there's a country by the name of Burkina Faso. Are you familiar with Burkina Faso in Africa?
Not
okay,
not
this is
familiar.
great conversation now, guys. Give me like a few,
Got you.
2 minutes.
Cook.
So there's a country called Burkina Faso in Africa, right? And traditionally they've been held down by the French, right? The Macron, right? And so they mine diamonds there. They mine precious lithium and stones and shit. And this guy named Ibrahim Traore, who is now the president of Burkina Faso, he fucking took over that shit and he kicked all the French people out, right? Not only did he kick the French people out, he said, you know what? We're gonna nationalize all these mining fields and we're going to make it benefit the people of Burkina Faso. There was 19 attempts on his life. This fool got sold out by his homies. He got fucking bombarded on the road. He survived 19 attempts on his life. The 20th attempt was by a drone. And so they're involving European countries in his takedown, right? And so what I love Ibrahim so much, man. And what he did recently, man, is not only did he kick out the French, bro, but he understood that he was a target and he formed an ally with Russia. Russia sent 100 of their fucking elite troops down there to train them and get them familiar with security measures that they would implement, right? And so this happened in 2024. 2025 came. Then he formed an alliance with Mali and another country they're like neighboring countries. They share borders and they chose to unite their militaries, bro. But they're also exiling all the fucking European influence that come fuck with the diamonds, all the diamond mines, all the gold mines, all the precious metal mines. They took over that shit and they nationalized them. Now they're building freeways, they're building hospitals, they're building schools, bro. The literacy rate is rising right now in Burkina Faso, right? Everything seems so fucking great, and I'm over here in Little 805, California, cheering him on. And then 2 weeks ago, I got the word that the United States sent 100 troops to Nigeria, which is a neighboring country. And they're setting up some sort of military installation that mirrors that of a country at war, right? And so what, in my mind, I'm like, fuck, bro. These fools are ready to make a move and take out Ibrahim Traore, and they're making a move because what did Muammar Gaddafi do? He tried to create a gold standard currency for Africa, bro. Oh my god, and his son was just killed, bro. Okay, so Muammar Gaddafi was killed.
But dog, that wasn't even the first person.
Bro, it wasn't, bro. But what pissed me off?
Saddam.
Okay.
Saddam was the first. I mean,
Okay,
maybe
Saddam's
not
a
the first
different
person, but he was trying to do the same thing.
Yes, and these are people who became enemies of the United States. But I'm talking about Libya. Muammar Gaddafi was African, right?
Yeah.
Right? And so he was uniting Africa under a gold standard currency, bro. United States was like, nah, fuck that. And they created some bullshit reason during the Iraq war. They're like, we're over there already. Let's just come up with some shit and fuck them up. Bro, they did him so dirty. They fed him to the enemies. They fucking fucked him with a broomstick, hung him on national TV, like on like YouTube and shit,
They
right?
made people believe in the bullshit so fast, like this bet. Like,
Bro.
Fucking a snap.
So
of
trip
fingers.
out. Africa was torn, fool, because they're like, God damn, under Muammar Gaddafi, education literacy rates were rising. He was building hospital schools, and
Because-
he had the actual physical gold to back up the African currency. He was trying to unite Africa. He got
Right
killed.
before that, they ended up fucking with Iraq.
Mhm.
So Iraq.
It was during the time. We were already in Iraq.
Yeah.
We were already in Iraq.
Already there.
And then we just said, hey, this fool's just right down the way. Let's go. Bah. You
Let's
know
go
what I mean?
pump him up.
Right. And they did it.
They
and
did
they successfully did it. So his son.
Dog, within 2 weeks.
Yeah, bro.
And
It was
like,
fast, bro.
As if it would never happen.
Oh, but the way they did him
They
was so
moved it
dirty.
on, and then they just left him in a
Bro.
pool of fucking Judaism.
They fed him to his own enemies, bro, and they filmed his hanging
Yeah,
for the
they did.
world to see.
They
And
fucked
that
him
I
in the
feel
ass
was a
with a
message to
broomstick.
anybody who wanted to rise against U.S.
Yeah, you wanna
imperialism.
fucking go with
Like
us?
that's what's gonna happen
Let's go.
to you,
Did that
dog.
to Gaddafi?
Yeah, they
Gaddafi,
fucked him with a
Muammar
broomstick.
Gaddafi, right? And so check it
on
out.
TV.
So check it out. His son was raised in London. He's a law student. Muammar's oldest son. He moved back to Libya in order to reclaim because he was his top aide at the time of his rule, right? He just got killed like a week or two ago,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah,
You know what I
like a
mean? They
couple
just
weeks
fucked
ago.
him up. And so what I'm saying is Ibrahim Traore of Burkina Faso is the next shining light that is like, man, there's a possibility here because they knew that Libya could finance it. Bro, when the Marines pulled up on Muammar Gaddafi, there's fucking pictures of these Marines. You know those containers, the 20 by 8 by 8, filled with gold, bro. 3 of them. Just chilling, bro, filled with gold, bro. And so they just jacked Libya up so many, so much money, bro.
You want to know some real shit? Back in 2002,
Oh, I remember the story.
my airplane got shot down.
Your airplane?
Yeah.
You
Not
were-
that I wasn't on it, but my airplane that I'm in charge of for the military got shot down
Oh, like your old unit?
Yeah.
Okay.
They
By
sent me-
where at?
in Iraq.
Why are you guys still out there, bro? No.
This is in 2001, 2002.
Okay, back to
So
the
this is right as it's
Right.
happening. They fly me off the boat because it got shot in the wind.
So so that was like your homies, but you weren't in it.
No, I was there. Yeah, I was in it.
You weren't in it.
It was
yeah,
my
yeah.
command.
Okay.
Right. So I go there, and I'm like, all right. They fly me off the boat, and they go, this is what's happening. We got shot in the wind. We need you to repair it, so we can go back to the boat. You feel me, guys?
Yeah.
So I go there, I fix it, I go back to the boat. I'm waiting for them to come back. They eventually come back to the boat, maybe like 7 days later.
Wait, your crew that got shot down.
Yeah.
Okay.
But when I was there for that 2 days, they had me stand watch. When I wasn't fixing the plane, they had me stand watch. And let me show you, like, I'm gonna try to explain to you what happened, what I was watching. I don't know what this explains or anything, but this is what happened to me. So you're on everybody's on a watch. That's on the whole base. You have a watch that you have to do. My watch has to be the circumference of the base that we're on. We had a make-believe base, right? We just put put up shop in the middle of the desert. Are we following along?
Yeah.
So I'm there. I'm fixing the airplane. There's a night that I have to go on watch. So I'm already up 12, 13 hours fixing the airplane. Now I have to go on watch for another 4 hours. So I'm there. Then all of a sudden I see in the distance a bunch of lights. I'm like, oh fuck. The first initial thought is they're rushing us. We're about to get fucked. But it was us. They get to the front of the gate. They was like, yo, we gotta go. You have to show us where it's at. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck it's at. What are you talking about? It's at. Give me your superior officer. Then we know where. So they asked, hey, where's it at? To my superior officer. I'm like, what the fuck are you even talking about? It's at. Like, imagine if I'm like, hey, Ice, where's it at?
What the fuck are you
And you're like, what are you talking about? Hey, where's it at? Fucking Contra. Hey, where's it at? Like, where's it at? Everyone's like, where's it at? We don't know what the fuck no one's talking about. So I go on another route, right? It's probably like 4 miles. So I'm walking around this whole base, and I come back to the front of where I started. Dog, I don't know if I'm right, but everything that they're taking out of this area, when I'm removed from the situation and I've seen what a starship looks like a starship in Iraq.
You're in Samaria, my boy.
They were just like, where's it at? I don't know. And then they start taking like, there's like gold, bro. Maybe like from here to there. What would you say that is? 20, 30 feet?
You could reach as high as 8 feet.
Okay. So these guys are pulling things out of there into a truck. You know how many trucks they filled up? 16.
Mm.
And I'm just standing there looking at every single thing. Everything looks the same.
But what is you saying it's gold?
No, it's.
What are you saying? What are they loading?
It looks like they're creating something like Lego pieces. And Starship, if you were to say it was a whole circular thing that I was watching being unloaded, yeah. It looks like that.
And they're gold plated?
They're all like that. Is that gold? Right, that color?
This?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That gold? Yeah, they're all that color. Maybe a little bit darker. They're probably like this big. Let me see, like that big, thick, and maybe like 7 or 8 of these, like that.
They're all circular?
They're like curved or
So it's like,
straight.
okay.
That's an anomaly. Like situations like that, bro.
I was there in person.
That's
in
crazy,
Iraq.
bro.
So what you guys do?
I just sit there and act like a dumbass and
Follow fucking orders, bro.
Yeah. What am I gonna do?
I don't ask
I'm not
any
gonna.
questions.
I'm not gonna be like, oh.
You want to
I'm
get
a fucking-
reprimanded or
Yeah.
what?
No, it's not even about reprimanding at that point. They'll kill you, dog.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna joke with you.
You ain't even going to tribunal.
They'll fuck you. They'll fuck you
Yeah.
up. They'll fight you.
Yeah.
They'll beat your ass.
Yeah, beat your ass.
Like, if
and
you're asking
no
out-
tribunal, just ass beating.
This is fucked up.
Yeah.
Because you don't ask questions.
Because I remember I right before this shit happened, there's something else that was happening. More of an internal situation. And I questioned it. There's a high-ranking CW2 officer. There's a difference between an officer and a CW officer.
Yep.
They're sort of like not really an officer, but not really enlisted.
Yeah.
They're sort of in the middle.
Yeah.
And I questioned something with that.
Yeah. Those are those hidden officers all ranked up that you don't know what the fuck they do.
Yeah. That's what.
Yeah.
And I questioned something with that, and it got turned into something bigger than what it was.
That's crazy, bro. That makes me think of a story that I heard, man, about a decorated. He was a special forces unit, and he had a team of about 8 dudes, and they were stationed somewhere in the United States, man. Kind of like, I feel like it was Appalachian Mountains, somewhere like rural like that, right? And they seen some lights, something in the sky, you know, it was weird. And one of the dudes was like, yo, let's roll over there and check it out, type shit. And keep in mind, this is only 8 guys, but they're special forces, bro. This is what the story reminds me of, what he just said. They rode up, they saw a truck with a fucking shell on the back, like a heavy duty shell on the back. They rolled up on some sort of fucking craft, bro. Like, and they're like, and they stayed out there in the trees for a minute. They're like, what the fuck is that? And they're talking about it. They're like, before they made a move. And before they could even make a move, bro, they got rolled up on by like some dark ass SUVs. Like someone found, and this is Special Forces, United States. This is a guy that's telling the story. They got rolled up on by dudes with no fucking patches. They looked like some Special Forces dudes, but they didn't have no patches, bro. And he was like, why the fuck these fools ain't got no patches? And they got their guns drawn at each other, but they were outnumbered. They got caught in a V formation, right? So they got approached by guys over here and over there, so there's nowhere to hide. There's no, and they got just drawn on, fool. So they couldn't do shit, is the way he explained it. And the way he said it, bro, he said there was human beings inside the back of that truck, whatever the fuck it was, you know, but we couldn't even find out. These guys had us at gunpoint. They took all our IDs, talking shit. And he was like, I know these guys were U.S. military because they were talking like them. You know, they were talking like us. You know, they're English speaking. They were using the terminology we use, but they were just more elite than them. And they realized that it was way above their pay grade, you know, and they ended up.
This is the same thing I experienced too. So when you're saying that shit,
I was like, who?
Dog, they're talking to me shit. I'm like, oh, these guys are above me. Shut the fuck up.
What were they wearing?
Black.
They're all so nothing.
Dog, they were in military garb.
Did they have
nothing?
See, he fucking saw those same motherfuckers.
There's
dog.
nothing that says U.S.
Holy shit!
There's nothing identifying about
You saw those motherfuckers, bro.
Everything's black.
Everything's
He saw them, dog.
So they look like a military person, but it's all black.
And they talk like it, dog. They're talking to us like we know that they're us because of how they're talking to us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if it was just me and you, I'd be like, oh, hey, dog, I shit in the fucking bed sheets. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, talking in our code, the way we talk. And we're, at first, we're like, are they us?
Yeah.
You know, you don't, like, oh, they're talking like us. But we've been away from us for so long.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like America. We've been away from America so long, like, but they talk like how we talk.
But they're not just,
on the boat.
They don't look like us, though.
That's crazy that you saw them.
Unmarked, and it was unmarked units?
All unmarked.
Bro, dude, don't you think about like the MIBs back in the day? Like when you saw MIBs, bro? Like I remember seeing that, and then I remember in the early days of the internet there being videos of people saying, yeah, dog, like we seen these people.
The men in black.
But see, I feel like MIBs is different. What we're talking about is some elite tactical unit that is part of something that's like enforcing the
It's almost like they're not a part of America.
Yeah, well, yeah,
it almost feels like they weren't a part of America,
right. but they're American trained.
But they're told to. There are leaders.
I think they take the elite of the fucking special forces in every fucking unit, and they get to join this shit.
They make a world.
Yeah, bro.
Exactly. 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
And so, like, dog, if you're able to creep up on special forces unit, dog, like you got some training and shit. You know, you're not just gonna creep up on these fools without them noticing, bro. And yeah, man, I hear these stories from ex-military people, and fuck, dude, your fucking story just made me get goosebumps because I'm like, I've heard of this before, bro. Like these black trucks, these unmarked militant motherfuckers, and especially when they're using military style language in English, they're not foreign troops. But here it brings me to another thing, man. If you listen to certain stories about black projects and how they're creating soldiers and cloning and shit like that. Like there is a whole fucking school of kids that are raised to be just that, soldiers, bro. There's a guy by the name of Max Spears.
Yes, 100%.
Yes, and these are the soldiers that they're gonna deploy when they really want to fuck shit up in America. And these soldiers have been since kids. They have no remorse. They've never loved anything. They've never had fucking friends.
They're sociopaths.
Bro. Yes, and they will come and enforce every fucking law.
They will fucking kill you. They don't give a shit. There's no love in their heart.
And I think those are the last line. I think those are the ones they're going to deploy on us as Americans once we disagree, you know, because they're bringing in IDF soldiers being ICE agents, and they're already trained to not give a fuck, you know? FEMA, but
because they're not us.
Yeah, dude. And
but these guys are us.
Yes, bro. Yes.
That's the difference, dog. Is the IDF soldiers that are trying to push the ICE situation on us, they're not us.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they're not.
The other people that are trying to push the laws on us, they're us.
Bro, trip out Fort Bragg in North Virginia, right? Have you heard of the Fort Bragg shit, bro? It's a big story that just recently came out, man. Fort Bragg in North Virginia, bro. They just arrested a lot of these fucking soldiers, bro, because they were running some fucking trafficking operation.
Oh, the sex thing,
bro. They only arrested the fucking soldiers, bro.
It was a fucking. Dog,
they didn't arrest the people.
It was just a fucking brothel. Pretty much.
Well, they were doing these little boy parties, right? Where they'd have boys that they parade around, dress them as little girls, and they would sex traffic them out to people, bro. This is Fort Bragg, bro, in the United States.
Though, right?
Huh?
They were over 18 though?
No, they weren't. I mean, to my knowledge, they were all minors, bro.
So in my
because these fools got sentenced. There's actual sentences.
Go ahead. I'm not trying to say it's okay to fuck dudes.
Well, there was actual sentences for these motherfuckers, right? So it wasn't of age kids. There were kids that were paraded around dressed as girls. There were violated, you know what I mean? And who went down for the opera? Because they only arrested the pimp. And he was a soldier. He was like a fucking sergeant or some
E5,
shit.
Dog.
Yeah, dog.
E5.
Like he actually went to jail, bro. And this fool's all big and
He's
ripped
the
and
only
shit.
dude that went to jail.
Yeah.
Everybody else,
no clients,
nothing.
No fucking superiors. Like he's the Epstein that had to go down for it. You know what I'm saying?
And dog, he wasn't even doing anything. This is a dude that was just collecting money.
He was
sure that they're okay.
He was basically filming the violations, and he was profiting off of the sale of the porn.
Yes.
Right? On the dark web, right? And so that's the reason. And they probably set him up for that shit.
And if you think about it, like, okay, whatever. It's not like you're the dude, you know what I mean?
I mean, dude, I think that it's bullshit that they didn't fucking arrest everybody. He's the fall guy. Right. There's a few fall guys.
For Rico and everybody?
No.
Bro, have you heard of Michael Aquino? Did we talk about Michael Aquino?
Tell me the story.
Okay, Michael Aquino is like a very decorated military motherfucker, bro. I think he was stationed up at in Texas. They have a place called... Fuck, dude, it's an infamous military base in Texas. Motherfuckers disappear. People disappear there. What's it called? Okay,
I know what you're talking
we'll go
about.
back to it. Michael Aquino, he created what's called the Church of Set. It's a satanic church. Fool. This motherfucker, you see interviews with him, his eyebrows are all up. I think he was on Oprah when he was a very young man.
Yeah.
Right?
17.
But there was a story. There was a dude, an Asian dude that came out, and he actually came up under Michael Aquino, and he was also abused and all that shit. But the point is that this fool Michael Aquino has been the key. He has been named by so many satanic ritual abused people, bro, that people are like, what the fuck? And he's openly Satanist, right? He had a disagreement with one of the dudes who founded the church of the Luciferian church that was started by Anton LaVey. Right, he's one of those OGs, right? And he started his own shit. You know what I mean? And the military bases in Texas. Fuck, I wish I could remember the name.
But he's just on drugs, though.
Michael Aquino, dude. But the stories you hear about this motherfucker
He's
are crazy,
He's crazy,
bro. Like,
but honestly, in my opinion, drugs.
Oh, drugs are a part of it, but you can't fucking blame that because he's been on national television.
Period. Drugs.
No, he's been on national television.
Yeah. But he was faking.
Calm and
he was faking. What would you say? 80% of his
Why
his
would
career?
you think he was faking what? Like faking being a good soldier?
No.
Or faking what? Faking being evil? What was he faking? Because
it felt like he just like was leaning into it too much.
Yeah, he's
You know what I
definitely he
mean?
wore it on his sleeve. He was like, "Yeah, I'm Luciferian. Fuck it,
That's what it's,
whatever."
Like it was like, you know him. He is
so
a fucking.
nonchalant
I'm
about it,
Lucifer.
But he also said, like,
But,
"Yo,
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
let that get in the way of my service." And they're like, "Yo, do any of your superior
Yeah,
officers
exactly,
trip?" And
exactly.
he's like, "Nah, because I separate that from my military duties, right?" But Michael Aquino's so fucking decorated and so connected within the military. He is that guy on the West Coast. Like,
Doug,
so
you
he's
don't
in
even
charge
know
of some operations.
You don't even know it either to like degrade him or praise him. He's that dude.
No, you wouldn't praise him. He didn't do nothing
Dog.
for the military, bro.
Dog, he did.
Nothing. What did he do? What did Michael Aquino do for the United States military that's positive? Tell me.
All right,
Because
so
I don't know.
so when he was doing a lot of these operations, he was doing it under the eyes of that it's not him. You know what I mean?
Right, but what is he doing that benefits the United States? Is what I'm saying.
You're leaving? Fuck you. No, I'm not doing that.
Conclusion
Not
it,
even
fool.
gonna say goodbye.
Sit down and conclusion it.
You're gonna sit down and go.
Yeah.
Bitch, dog.
Yeah. But yeah, Michael Aquino's a bitch. I'll fucking scrap with that fool any day. You know what I'm saying?
Basically, what I'm saying is, I can tell he's part of them
Yeah.
because he's trying to play both sides.
Yeah.
Like you can admit to that, right? You can.
Yeah,
say he's trying to
obviously.
play both sides.
100%.
Yeah,
They have
he
to.
doesn't pretend like he's like this dude who's like a savior, a fucking revolutionary, but he's not.
No.
He's fucking pulling their.
People disappear under his
them.
watch. Yeah, people disappear.
Yeah!
Soldiers disappear
Just
from his watch.
disappear. And,
Yeah.
and dog, he doesn't even have no explanation for
And he's
it.
still in there, dog.
He's a
still
part
in
of
there.
there.
And that's crazy, man. We'll save that for another episode because that Michael Aquino
let
shit
me
is
just,
crazy.
like run through, like give me.
Yeah.
What we're gonna do is we're gonna do fucking 350,000 documents in 350,000 seconds. Okay. Here we go.
Wait, what?
That means you got to stay for another 10 minutes.
Here we go.
Rockefeller was one of the richest.
All right. So the first thing I want to talk about is the Rockefellers. The Rockefellers, they got. I want to just 100. This is not a conspiracy theory, and you can fuck off if you think it is. The Rockefellers, in the beginning, there was a situation where they got in trouble by the U.S. government. Yes or no? Tell me
Yeah.
yes or no.
I mean, yeah, there was a few times. Also, the fucking sons of Rockefellers who became senators or some shit. They got
Right.
caught doing senate.
So what ends up happening is these guys end up spending multiple millions of dollars on things that they shouldn't be spending money on. What do I mean by that? They reinvent the education system, the military system, the medical system, and the educational system. How do they end up doing that? Is they attack what we know as the truth, and they re-influence what they want you to know.
Mm-hmm.
For instance, Maxwell. Do we know about the? Did we know at all? Do we know about the Bolshevik Revolution, or do we know about the Holocaust?
Yeah, Ghislaine's pop.
6
Tommy Allen.
million. Yeah, 6 million for 60 million. And 6 million is even a fucking stretch
Yeah.
because that's proven to be almost impossible.
You know what's a trip? This is kind of a little off subject, but still the same. I still wonder about the vintage racists of America, like the real Klansmen of America that are like, fuck Jews. Like, I want to interview one of those guys. Like, why? You know what I mean? He'll probably
They
tell you some
know.
shit that you
You
don't
know.
know.
Ushka
You know what I mean?
Rich.
Like, just tell me
know
that.
Ushka
We know
Rich.
why you
No way.
hate black people because they're just faster and fucking better than you. But like, why? You know, the Jews and shit. You know?
All right, here you go. The Jews.
No.
All right, how do the Jews make money?
I mean, traditionally it was usury. It was loaning money at an interest, and most Catholic and
They
Christian
use us.
countries are like, it's outlawed in Catholicism, bro. You do not lend money at
Every
interest.
single religion,
Yes, every single religion, man, is like, yo, you
except
don't.
for theirs.
Except for theirs. So guess what happened in Europe, man? They
Wait,
got
it's
interest.
against to loan money?
Yes, at an
At
interest.
a certain
at a
percent of
Yes.
rate.
So if I'm
Dog,
Catholic, you're Catholic. I'm giving you money.
You're
Yeah.
becoming their slave.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and then
For money.
Jesus.
Yeah, and you can't do that. Like if I'm Catholic or Christian or a Muslim, it's against our holy book to like loan you money at interest, right? And so in the old empire in Europe, in Britain, they put them in charge of the banks. You know what I'm saying? The Rothschilds were in charge of the banks on behalf of the royal family, and they charged the interest. And guess what? They won favor with the royal family after Napoleon Bonaparte. After they fucking lied about Bonaparte losing when he really won, and they fucking made a killing off the stock market, the royal family was like, "Oh, you guys are smart. You're the homies." And then Rothschild
families
British
were
family
made
came together,
forever because of what you said.
Yeah.
Families
That's when they
were
became
made
bonded.
forever. So imagine, Doug, that happens. The Puertos are fucking god names for the rest of life. Imagine your mom is looked at as a god because of what they did in the situation. You feel me?
Yeah.
All right. Here you go.
6 of everything I found in the Epstein
Let's
files.
just-
Warning, it gets really weird.
Yep.
Epstein might still be alive via a transaction of V-Bucks through his Fortnite account. Files talking about how
Did you hear that?
What do you say?
He said that they found Epstein to be alive through V-Bucks.
Oh,
And
he burned
him-
himself out at Fortnite. Yeah.
Him buying V-Bucks on Fortnite.
On his old account?
On his
On his
account.
old
What a dumbass.
On his account.
Holy shit. Bro, have you seen people
6 of
catching
everything I
people
found in the
using
Epstein
Google
files.
search
Warning, it gets
and-
really
and seeing
weird.
the
Epstein
fucking
might still
stats
be
on
alive
Google search?
via a
Like the
transaction
day
of
before
V-Bucks
Charlie
through his
Kirk was
Fortnite
burnt,
account. Files
like,
talking
his
about
name
how
was
Joe
Googled,
Biden
like,
isn't the real
100
Joe
times in
Biden. He
Israel.
was killed.
Do you guys never saw that shit?
Who?
Like Gen Z is like catching these fools because
yeah.
before Charlie Kirk was killed, bro, he had
Oh,
like
the dude
100
that-
searches. Charlie,
No, the dude who killed him had those searches.
bro, but also in
They're
Israel.
Only in Israel.
But they were
Because
coming to
it's
Israel.
all Israel. Like, and
Only
why?
in Israel.
Why is Israel the first country to throw up a memorial to Charlie Kirk? Like, no one was even looking at you guys, and you're like, we loved him.
Hey,
like,
we
bro,
didn't
no
kill
one's
him.
even looking at you fools. You know?
No one said you
But
killed
didn't,
him.
but didn't he also say that he got a phone call a couple days like after something like the Israel was trying to like buy him?
We talked about
Yeah.
this the last time.
talked
He had a
about the last
meeting
time.
in the Hamptons where he was approached by the
Bibi.
Adelsons and also
Adelsons.
fucking Netanyahu himself. He got on a
Bibi.
phone call and his wife was
Inside
there.
of a
Erica
fucking-
Kirk was there.
Yep.
Right?
Tell him.
Charlie Kirk's homies
Talk
were
it.
there, right? And he got offered, I think,
Jewish homies,
something
go
like
ahead.
4 million or
7
400 million, something in that
400 million.
range
Go for it.
to boost Turning Point USA to the next level. And this fool denied. He said nah. And who else was there was a billionaire, short little motherfucker. I see his face in my mind right now. He denied it. But when Charlie Kirk died, he put up the first million to like find his fucking killer and shit.
Yeah.
And
so,
this-
Doug, these
Bill
guys,
Ackman. His name's Bill Ackman.
Bill Ackman. Yeah. That's what, these dudes were like, oh yeah, Charlie Kirk got killed. We don't know who did it. Not us.
Yeah.
Well,
Radical fucking trans.
Oh,
It was a
wow.
radical trans.
fucking Erica Kirk is pulling off the pictures in the background of her and her husband. And while she's kissing on up other girls, this girl's a fucking dyke.
Something's going on.
Supposedly, this girl's a dyke.
So he's not a paid
And
actor?
she fucking
So check it out. Erica Kirk was actually at Fort
tell him,
Huachuca.
bro.
Fort
Tell him.
Huachuca is a military base somewhere in like New Mexico, somewhere around there.
Arizona.
And basically, that's where Michael Aquino was based out of. See, it comes back together. Fort Huachuca was where Michael Aquino was based out of. God damn it. Thank you, God. And so basically what happened
He
is
believes.
Erica Kirk, she had a life before this. She briefed the CIA on basically potential attacks on America, which they talked about EMPs. Who knows why she was the one to deliver this PowerPoint presentation, but there's footage of her briefing CIA on potential attacks.
So
Okay?
Doug, I'm not even saying nothing. You tell me why Erica Kirk
Right.
is briefing
And then the
CIA.
second thing-
No,
Go ahead.
Isaac, you tell me why Erica Kirk is briefing CIA on MP. What were you saying?
Pre-Charlie Kirk.
Before he died.
Yeah, on EMP attacks.
EMP attacks.
Electromagnetic
You tell me.
pulse.
Go ahead.
She shouldn't be
No. Tell me why she's doing it.
because she got some pull, man.
No. Why does she know about that?
Say because she's a slut.
Because she's a whore.
Yep, right
I'll
answer.
agree to that.
She's a CIA slut, and she's a deep state slut, and she basically has been tied up with the deep state. Now, the second thing is that she made a movie at Fort Huachuca that was about a dystopian future
Yeah.
where people lose their
Yeah.
rights and
Yeah.
are vaccinated and all this crazy shit.
Vaccination.
That in
Not
this
even pretending.
and this movie never
Dying.
came out. But why is she on the cover of it? Right? She's the face of
They
it.
fucking
right?
They fucking shut that.
It's a
bitch
movie
down.
that had a
Man,
trailer.
Look it up.
Right.
I'm not even gonna say no more.
And
Go look
so
that
the-
bitch up.
So then, how did she get with Charlie Kirk?
Again.
Look that shit up.
They got married in 2019. So check it out.
No,
Erica
I don't
Kirk-
agree with that. I
Yeah,
don't
she
agree with that. I don't agree with that.
right.
I don't
So
agree with that. I think it was a more of an Israel plant when they were in Israel
Boom.
in 2020.
boom, boom. So check it. But it goes
No,
a little
no,
before.
the-
It goes a little
but,
before.
But when you're saying about 2020 and 2019 when she was in Israel compared to Trump in Israel, no.
Well,
There's
check it
different
out.
shit.
But check it out. You got to look at who Erica Kirk mom was. Her
But
mom,
who was Erica? Who was Charlie at that time?
right? Charlie is building up the
2019.
right, but he's building up this cult following of young Christians.
That love
Like there's a
Jesus.
momentum, right? Right? And so what is this
Jesus.
what is the goal of these
Thanks.
Zionists? They have to control the opposition. They get in there. They're monitoring every movement. And they're
Every-
like, we got to put someone in there, right? Same thing with
Who's
Black
moving
Lives Matter.
Christ?
Same
Yep,
thing with this
yep.
whole ICE protest.
tell 'em.
They're putting people in
Tell 'em.
there, right?
Because
to
he was
steer it.
Christian?
Because he
was
had
moving-
influence, my boy.
He was moving too many people to Christ.
Influence. So what's going on right now? Like Erica
Moving way
Kirk
too much
also,
Christ.
bro, she had this nonprofit when she was like 17. It was called
Before Charlie.
something Angels, right? Angels, and it was in Romania, right? And so she started a nonprofit and she had all these Romanian girls and it was
Who were
like
hookers.
well, they ended up getting trafficked, bro. And that nonprofit ended up being targeted by the Romanian
Bro, she was
government.
the only person who didn't
The
who
Romanian
wasn't
go-
affected by negatively by this situation.
Yeah, the Romanian government found out they're trafficking kids through this nonprofit, and there was a lot of
And she was on
child
top of it.
molestation complaints coming from it, and so they had to end it. But tell me how a 17-year-old beauty pageant girl goes from that to setting up a nonprofit in another country, Romania,
From
and-
Arizona to
and
Romania.
nothing, right? So she was obviously a tool, but she obviously understood. And what's coming out now is that she was grooming a young girl in Phoenix back
Yeah.
in the day. So this is
It
some shit
wasn't
that's
even a
developing,
dude. It's a girl.
right?
Go ahead.
It's a story that's developing, man. But I feel like Charlie, he was an asset. He was not only used by Israel to defend the Zionist cause, but they
But
also put in.
once that shit stopped, and he stopped defending them, and the moment he stopped defending them, the moment he got murked.
Erica Kirk is
The
a
moment he got
beneficiary,
murked.
and she inherited everything because she was an Israeli asset. You know, not
She's
only
from Israel.
not only is her mom tied in with the deep state in
100%.
Israel, and but her father was too,
and both of them have fucking Israel passports.
And I'm glad that Charlie Kirk
Citizenships.
was so egotistical to be like, nah, fuck that, I ain't bowing down. I will give him that. I will give him that credit. I don't like Charlie Kirk. I agree with some of the things he says, but I feel like he is an agitator and so many other things, man. And I feel like once, I'm glad that he
You
had
don't
that
think he was a
ego.
beacon of truth?
No, not like people
Dog,
think he
come on,
was. No,
think about it.
with the trans shit, yeah, dog. Like who the fuck did it? But check it out. When you say these
When you
things and
say
you don't
beacon
live
of
them,
truth.
when you, I didn't say beacon of
No,
truth.
I'm
You
saying
said
it.
right. Like
I'm saying it.
I
You
don't think
he was a beacon of truth.
he said things that were true, but he is like Ben
That can-
Shapiro in that
no,
he is like Ben
no.
Shapiro in that he
He's
is
not.
able in that.
Ben Shapiro's Jewish. Stop it.
No, because Ben Shapiro
Hold up.
only goes for the fucking Zionist way, and that's it.
He will-
Everything else, he will deny to the fuck. He denied the Talmud. How you denied the Talmud? How do you deny the fucking what is it? Not the Talmud. but
Kabbalah,
The
the
Kabbalah.
Torah.
How do you deny that if you are
Yeah.
a fucking follower of your religion?
Right. I think he was similar in that he fought for the Zionist cause, but he was so intelligent that he also understood what things to leave out of the argument, right? And that's kind of what Ben Shapiro does. Like he has knowledge, and he speaks quickly and so confidently. Like I agree with Charlie Kirk more than I do with Ben Shapiro, and I don't mean to connect because they're actual rivals, right? But what I mean is that leaving information out is equivalent to better your argument is equivalent to lying, bro. In my mind, and it's not as
Yes!
bad of a charge as lying,
1,000,000%.
but it's like,
No,
yo,
no.
if you're too stupid to know the truth, I'm gonna pretend I don't know. I'm gonna hit you on this point. That's Charlie Kirk. You know what I mean?
Okay, I agree with that.
Yeah, and so it's your bad if
agree with
you're
that.
too stupid and you don't know. So
I agree with that.
And he capitalized on people being stupid, and I agree with him on a lot of the trans shit and things he was saying. He's right about a lot of shit,
Dog,
but also there was an
I'm
element.
atheist,
hmm
and like if I was a Christian, that's the way.
Dude, Tim, we gotta bring him over because you know what? We're gonna celebrate your entrance into the spiritual world again, bro. Because
I'm almost there. You
because
know I'm
we
almost there, right?
understand that even though we don't believe, because I was atheist too, my G, I really was.
I know. I agree.
And I don't.
I just, dog, I just need that. I need that one thing to like. Come on, you're part of us. I need
Yeah.
Jesus to come and touch me
And you
in
know,
my soul.
you do.
And say, like,
And
I
it doesn't
need
necessarily
Jesus
have to
hold my
be
hands.
Jesus, right? It's
Or
a divine.
You can be Jesus. He can be Jesus. She can be Jesus.
Right.
Anybody can be Jesus.
I think Jesus was the messenger, man. I think God is ultimately right. And so what I'm saying is,
You know what's dope? Is this guy's watching me.
yeah, come in.
He's Landon's
Landon,
watching
he's
me.
either-
He's watching me be like animated. Like
Nah,
I can
it's
see
true.
him in, like I
You're
can
passionate.
see his little eye, like looking through to see what I'm doing.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
So
I
when you
love
go through a near-death experience, bro, when you go through certain things in life, bro, and coincidences, that'll bring you back. I was atheist for years. I would love being at a party and just dismantling your religion in the
I
kitchen.
love it.
While everybody's
It's
partying
easy.
out there, I'm over here fucking spitting astrology at your bitch ass. I'm talking about Krishna. I'm talking about fucking Dionysus. All the fucking messiahs that had 12 disciples born of a
Yes,
virgin birth that
yes.
died and resurrected. I'm spitting all
Morris,
those facts at you.
tell him, Morris.
Right. That was what I love to do at a fucking party in my early 20s.
You just barely watch Zeitgeist. You're over here like, let me tell you.
Yeah, exactly. Zeitgeist was a big eye opener for everybody, man, and
Everybody.
It really
The
made
whole
sense
world.
because if you really look into the history, bro, the story of what Jesus was repeated so many times, man. In Samaria and everything, the 12, and it's all symbolic. The 12, the 3 days, like it's all
Virgin birth. The
bro,
winter
yeah, bro. It's
solstice.
all fucking like
Winter
it-
solstice, right? It's all the same.
Yes, it is all the same, and they're trying to tell you the same thing in a different way, man. And so, I was that, bro. But then realizing how there is people that prey upon our children, understanding, especially with this Epstein shit. How can you not come to terms with there is a Luciferian cult? Many of them that prey on children. Now that we know what adrenochrome is, now that the files are out and we understand organ trafficking, all this, how can we not be like, okay, I don't believe in God. I could ridicule what you think is Jesus, but dog, if all these powerful people believe in these entities and I don't, what do they know that I don't? Because that was my thing for a whole
What's the
time.
opposite of that, right? So if they're praying to this entity,
That's what it is. I'm the
that's
opposite
bad.
of that. I'm riding with.
What's the opposite?
Who do
of
they
that?
always hate on? They hate on Islam and they hate on Jesus. Islam embraces Jesus.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Right.
And in fact, if you think about it, Judaism doesn't ever praise Jesus.
No, they actually are. They exclude anybody who ain't them.
Yes.
So even if I'm Mexican,
They
I want to join
murdered
Judaism. They're like,
Jesus.
nah.
The Jews murdered
Yeah.
Jesus.
You know.
No. Hey, guess what? I don't need you. That's pretty much what they say. And if you look at the Jeffrey Epstein, if you really want to think about the Jeffrey Epstein emails. What do you know about that? They
They're
talk about anybody who's not Jewish as goys.
they're goyim.
They deserve to die.
It's okay to lie to them. It's okay to
Yeah.
cheat them. It's okay to take from them.
It's okay to rape them.
Right.
It's okay to kill them.
Right. And next chapter we're gonna get into who are the Jesuit order. What is the Jesuits? We're gonna get into the hierarchy next time on the Red Light District show, man.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? Because I love the fact that we could talk about this, man, and we're gonna end it there because we understand, man, that there's so much more in package, and a lot of listeners probably are tripping the fuck out.
Right,
But
let me just hit a couple things, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna point at you, and you say, "I believe" or "I don't believe."
help me.
Okay? You ready for
Speed
this?
round.
Yeah, speed round.
I got a gift for you too, by the way.
I appreciate this. All right, this one is 1913. What happens in 1913? You have everything that we know in America flips, right? You have education, You have medical. You have banking. Flips. It takes
Agreed.
away the power from me and you, and it gives the power to Jewish people, and it gives power to millionaires. Do you agree that that's a true statement, or do you think that's a fake statement? Isaac, go for it.
I think that's a true statement.
Let's go, Isaac.
What do you think?
I'm gonna agree with my dog. I believe that is a true statement.
All right. Mrs. Balloon, what do we think? Yeah, turn your microphone. Go ahead.
That's right.
Turn that bitch on. Turn that,
Talk to him.
turn that bitch on. It's not on, motherfucker. Go ahead.
We can hear you.
I agree 100%, but I totally think it happened way before 1913.
Okay.
I think it happened in 1776 when the New World Order began. That was the point where it all started, and they let their plan fucking roll out, and when it really hit the fucking population, it was 1913. But yeah.
Okay.
So it was a
that
no,
was the
but then a
longest
yes,
one.
and then a
Okay,
yes
cool.
again. But she agrees. Though.
Next story.
No way. No way.
All right, how do the Jews make money? Do they make money by going to work every day and they wake up at 6 o'clock and come home at 6 o'clock?
No,
Strawberry.
Or
they're loners.
do they lend people money?
Yes, we just talked about
Or do they lend people money and
high interest.
they speculate on what's to come in America?
Mm.
Isaac, go ahead.
Oh yeah, that one. They
Like the
definitely
shipping containers.
Oh, bro, yeah, you talked about that. Yeah.
I believe that, but you gotta
Go for it.
You gotta do it all over like it's new.
Go for it.
Oh.
Hit it.
But yeah, I think hell yeah, man. I think that they got insider trader information. I think that there's an order. I think that they got it down to the point where they got so many people in financial positions and elite financial banking positions that they know the wave before it comes.
There
And
you
when you
go.
know the wave is coming before it comes, you take your board out
They
there,
got some
bro.
inside
and you're ready to
information.
catch that wave, bro.
Well, don't they?
I
But,
agree.
but
Hell
if you
yeah.
got to think about it, they're the one controlling where the wave's going, so they know what's going to happen before it
Yeah.
happens because they're
And you
pushing
tell
it
the
to go that
homies,
way.
you know?
And then
Yep.
you hook up the homies.
You're like, yo, there's a surf spot over here, my
and,
dog.
and just for a certain, at a time in my life, I was at the top of the mountain, right? We've all been there, right? Where you're at the top of the mountain and like, oh, I want to work with you. Who should I work with to be able to be pro Tim, right? I'm sure you've had that, right? Your dark room.
Right.
Who do I work with to be pro dark room? This happened to you, correct?
What do you mean? Who do I work with to be pro darkroom?
Yeah. And people want to be so pro you that they're willing to change their internal guidance to be pro you.
Oh, I get that.
Has
I
that
mean,
happened?
yeah, and I guess like maybe this is off topic, but being a business owner at 21 years old, man, I met a lot of people my age and older who befriended me because they saw something beneficial for them. I don't know if that's where you're going with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it even applies into and you kind of like raise these sensors to read people's intentions better over time. But yeah, there's always people that want to befriend you to gain a benefit. You know what I mean? I don't know if that's
Go
where
for
you're
it,
going.
you.
I think it's like inspiration. Certain people that you see like inspire you, and you're like, oh shit, how do they do this? I want to be like them. Like, what is it that they're doing that
Like me.
that you're attracted to?
And for the perspective
So-
of the other
Soulmate.
person, sometimes you're like, yo, why are they trying to take from me? But I get where you're coming from, That's why people are reluctant to even give game out nowadays, They're like, if I don't know you, I ain't giving out game. Kind of like these
Yeah.
secret societies do. I want to know that you're in a loyal position and they want to bring you in closer if they're going to give you the game. But yeah, there's a lot of people that are like, you're just a dick rider. I ain't going to give you nothing.
Yeah, so go for
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
What were you saying?
No. I think
That's
that's
it?
it. That was it.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Next one.
And so
Is Epstein still alive? There's pictures right here. Boom. On the side. Bam. Does this look like him? Do you think it's him? I showed you guys pictures prior to the show. Do you think it's him, Isaac?
Well, I saw the overhead drone was the first one that looked like he was even in the island and he was talking.
Oh,
to
on the
security.
island.
So that was the first one I
Yeah,
saw.
I agree.
That fool
with
was in Island?
Oh, yeah,
Acres?
they,
Yeah.
Right here?
I don't know.
Hey!
there was a dude.
They brought
People
a
named
fucking
Epstein in
drone.
Island?
Yeah.
There was a dude who parked outside the island and brought a drone to look over the island
Oh,
and saw
I heard about
somebody
that.
who sort of looked like him.
Oh, back on the old island?
Yeah.
No, on the not the old island,
Or
the island.
The island.
Yeah.
Because I also saw a video of a dude that actually took a boat there and ran around it.
I saw
Did
that
you see
too.
that?
Yeah.
He ran into the statue.
Yeah,
Or
but
the-
guess
or
what?
the-
There's a tunnel system down there, bro. So maybe homie was out there cleaning shit up. I don't know, but
Dog.
They have submarines. They had
Yeah,
submarines.
tell her, girl.
They had submarines that would
Do you know
traffic
that
children.
she's one of
I
the
saw
only?
that.
She's one of the only people on Earth who have a submarine outside the military who has submarine license. Just like Maxwell.
oh, I didn't know that. No, I did
Bro,
not
it
know
was
that.
it was like
You didn't know that,
No, I didn't know she had a submarine license.
we go.
Motherfucking shit.
dog. Ghislaine Maxwell is one of the only people on Earth
This
in
bitch.
America's sphere that has a submarine license.
And she didn't
How
even know
many
how to
people,
drive it.
Isaac? How many people do you know have a submarine license?
0.
How many people do you know have a submarine license?
Zero.
How many people do you know have a submarine license?
She just got it so she could have she could own it and have someone else drive it. You know, I'm sure.
No,
she
she's-
didn't know how to drive that bitch.
Doesn't even matter.
Bruh.
She's getting
Yeah.
fucking bitches over there.
Yeah, no, I actually saw videos
12-year-old
of that
bitches.
underground hatchet that they opened up and there was water underneath.
There's video of the
Yeah.
underground tunnels on
Yeah.
the Epstein file. They were showing tunnels.
So yes, I believe that. Hell
Six.
yeah.
All right, so I'm about to play a clip, and if there's anything that sticks out to you that you want to talk about, let's do it.
Come on.
6 of everything I found in the Epstein files. Warning, it gets really weird. Epstein might still be alive via a transaction of V-Bucks through his Fortnite account. Files talking about how Joe Biden isn't the real Joe Biden. He was killed in 2019 via firing squad, and they replaced him with a fake.
All right, for one, that shit's
Wild.
crazy, right?
That's
Hold on.
That's wild.
Joe Biden being killed by firing squad.
That is,
in
I gotta
2019.
call bullshit on that, brother. Because dog,
That's
we
a-
don't
that's
do
a
it by
fucking-
firing squad,
Dog,
bro.
that's
Nah,
what
that's
do
some
they
old
call
school
it?
Was it a
shit.
sacrifice?
No, they call it. What is that fucking Anna?
Let me tell you something about the presidents of the
QAnon.
United
That's a QAnon situation.
That's bullshit. Let me tell you why. Because every United States president has been linked by blood. And you served the fucking empire. And when you did your job, bro, you deserve a comfortable grave. And your
Dog-
family does as well for lying on behalf of the state.
Dog, there's
So no
something-
way they're going to disgrace him by shooting
Before
firing
he-
squad. That's just
Before
lies.
he was president, they fucking killed him.
You had me, bro. I believed it a little bit,
Dog,
bro, when you said it.
you
I
heard
think
him
if
say
anything, he died of natural causes because he's
you
fucking
heard him
old.
talk that shit.
But that
about
guy fucked up.
Ukraine.
Whoever that guy
You heard him
is.
talk that shit about Ukraine.
No, but whoever that guy in the video is,
Yeah.
to say that he died by firing squad, you're on some World War I shit, bro.
Bro, that's
Come on,
fucking,
bro.
They're saying
They're not gonna kill. You know, if anything, they're gonna sacrifice you.
Guantanamo Bay. What? How do you say?
Nah.
Guantanamo Bay.
He's
Guantanamo
blood
Bay.
royalty. He's blood royalty. They're not
He
gonna
is.
take him out like that. Even if he violated, they would take him out in a ceremonial fashion.
But he's not president yet.
No, you're talking about Joe Biden,
Yeah,
right?
he wasn't president in 2019.
Nah. Unless you give me like what did he do to deserve firing squad is like what you do to your even your enemies you're gonna
treason.
sacrifice.
You didn't
Kill somebody
hear?
with treason by a
Hold
firing
on.
squad?
You didn't hear that? What he was bragging about, killing deals with him and Joe Biden and with him. And
Bro,
Barack
even
Obama?
then they would sacrifice his ass or say he died of old
You-
fucking natural
you don't
causes.
think-
The fact
died
that
of-
someone
you don't know. He
said
would die of a plane
I need a
crash.
piss.
but the
instead.
fact that someone said
You guys got
he died of fucking a firing squad,
Seconds.
you know?
Take my side.
The fact that someone said that he died of a firing squad is crazy, bro.
But why would it? But why can't it be unfeasible? There would be a firing squad.
Because
maybe
that's
he could be a treason.
That's what fucking third world dictators did to dissidents. It's not some modern shit. Like they're not gonna put a bullet through you in 2025, bro. They're gonna inject you with some shit. They're gonna make you have a heart attack. They're gonna make it look like a suicide, or they're gonna say you died of natural causes in the headlines and really sacrifice your ass and bleed you to death, right? Because your blood is allegedly like if every president of the United States is bound by blood and they're all blood relatives, they're gonna spill your blood, and that's a high honor for them. No, they're not gonna shoot you with a fucking
good
firing squad. So, bro, I kind of believe that until I heard that motherfucker. You kind of fucked up that whole story saying firing
So
squad.
maybe like it's the same story minus the firing squad. Like maybe
Could be, but he
could-
fucked
you
up
know what I mean?
because like
Yeah,
once
the
there's a
firing
hole
squad,
in your
yeah.
theory and in your story, and by saying
Yeah,
firing
people
squad,
will jump into the
Dow
hole right
drops
away.
in
Like gives
and-
them a fucking place to jump. Like no, that's
you know,
not it.
hey, speaking of Alex Jones, you know what? The reason why I fell out of love with Alex Jones or just stopped tuning into him was because he was talking about the Cuban Revolution. He was saying,
Oh yeah, he was talking.
he was like, yeah, fucking Che Guevara was racist and he fucking called him fucking the N-word and shit like
Tell
that.
me about Che Guevara. I don't know too much about
I don't
him.
want to get too deep into it, but what I'm saying is I knew that Alex Jones is on bullshit because in Latin America, if you're a light skinned, they hey, güero.
The top 5
You know,
things.
like if you're darker skinned, they say, hey, negro, ven aquí. But see, they say negro as the color black, but they never enslaved anybody. So the word negro isn't nigger. You know what I mean? And like what it means when a white dude says it. Like fool, when a Mexican fool says nigger with a hard R, okay, fool. Yeah, Mexican, but we didn't enslave your ass. It hits different when a white person says it, right? And so Che Guevara, when he said, oye, negro, para acá, you know, fall in line. It's not a racist term. It's like, hey, they call gordo, hey, fat fool. Hey, gordo, and para acá, hey, fucking.
But I'm some real shit. South America enslaved more people than North America.
Sure.
Real.
I didn't know what he even said, but all right.
What I'm saying is that Che Guevara was not racist because he called his soldiers or people negro.
I'm saying, but on that side of history, when you're saying below that line, in that line, they called them. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, they called him that, but it wasn't a racist term. It was a descriptive
it was a form
term.
of endearment too.
So that's why I was telling him how I fell out with Alex Jones because he was really pushing the fact Che Guevara was a known racist. He was a racist. You know, like he was known to hate black people. He was known to fucking call them fucking. I'm like, bro, Alex.
This is the old Alex Jones, yes.
I mean, this was around 2013.
Cubans are racist.
He was saying this in 2013. But again,
the big booty Latinos. I love myself some big booty Latinos.
Yeah, not to go off topic. We'll go back on
tortas. I love them. Oh God, I love tortas. I love tortas.
Yeah,
the big booty Latino tortas. Buy gold
with guacamole.
Don't forget to buy golden seats.
I love when he went on Kill Tony. By the way, but yeah, man, dog. You know, Alex Jones, man, like he had a crazy divorce.
Sandy Hook.
All that shit.
All right, let's play some more.
Moving on.
I'm working on a new impression.
The top 5 things after looking through thousands of files that I think are most likely to be true. Number 1 is Pizzagate. This has been slammed in our face for years. You have Ellen talking about it in the Grammys. This references it to interviews with like famous actors.
All right, Pizzagate. Pizzagate, I'm going to just straight up tell you, Obama talking about $100 or $75,000 worth of hot dogs.
And cheese pizza.
Hillary.
He's talking about Hillary talking about $150,000 worth of cheese pizza.
Lock her up.
They're talking about Comet Pizza. This is Pizzagate.
They're talking about fucking 3 names between the ages of 7 and 11.
Yeah.
In the pool that'll be ready for entertainment.
It'll be ready for.
The fuck does that mean?
So, I guess the question on this part of WikiLeaks is: 1, is WikiLeaks real? Do you believe in your heart? In your heart, like if you were face to face with Jesus or God or whoever, or Mishnu or whoever you believe in, do you believe that is real?
Brother, for many people, WikiLeaks confirmed what people already felt.
I agree.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
I agree.
Like it was a suspicion, and that was the confirmation for a lot of people.
That's awesome when I can't hear you on the microphone.
But I don't use microphones, I only use my hands.
Don't worry, go to Infowars.com.
Infowars.com.
If you want to go to Infowars.com, guess what? We have it. We have food.
We have seeds. We gotta remember we're the global elites.
Hey,
globalists.
Hey, but again, Alex Jones made a lot of money off of all those products.
9/11 was an inside job.
Dude, and he predicted 9/11, bro. Like, again, Alex Jones has so many good attributes, right? But again,
I don't want to say I told you so, but you gotta go to Infowars.
I think the homework, man, I would love for you guys to really listen to what he's saying nowadays. And when you were talking about him being possibly being compromised, he was talking about, Epstein, they just released another fucking some thousand of Epstein files, and Donald Trump is not in it, and that's why I told you, bro. He tweeted that there was nothing
like the
that came out.
Official apologizer of Donald Trump.
Listen, sometimes I like to glaze him a lot.
And he says a lot about the Democrats.
Yeah.
You know, and so it just embraces this left-right paradigm, bro.
But only in the last 2 years.
Exactly. And the last 2 years is when they took all his money from Sandy Hook shit. It was pandemic time, brother.
But at the same time, like
they won him over.
What he's bitching about,
everybody got a price.
In my head is like, legitimate.
Yeah.
Like, they pretended, they fucking fucked him, they got his money, and he still...
Tim, they're paid actors. Tim, they're
But
paid
like,
actors.
look, you could keep telling your truth as long as you stay the fuck away from Israel and you stay away from demonizing the Republican. Like, we want you to embrace the Republican-Democrat duality. I feel like that's the instruction, bro, because he's not talking against any of the real important shit anymore. That goes against kind of his old documentaries, bro.
Yeah. All right, so the next thing I have to say is, do you know who John Podesta is?
Of course.
Let's start there.
Bitch.
Or who's John Podesta?
John Podesta is a lobbyist. They say he was a slick Democrat lobbyist that was known in the circles in Washington.
Who is he
and
surrounded?
Tony Podesta.
What campaign was he?
Was it John and Tony Podesta? That is his brother,
yes,
the
yes,
fat
yes.
fuck. And they had a business called Comet Pizza, who famously back in the 2000 teens was involved in a Pizzagate thing where this dude rolled up in a pizza shop with a shotgun saying that they kill kids here, and then it was disproved, quote, and just to find a whole line of inconsistencies. And it's interesting because there's actually dudes recently who confirmed with old IG pictures, because the internet is undefeated, brother. There's people that take screenshots of everything you post. So not only
that the day that he's saying that it happened was the same day that someone else died that they recorded.
Bro, they're lining up all the dates.
They lined the beats of the music that's playing in the background.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, metadata don't lie.
I'm looking at you.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not joking. I'm not pretending. I'm not like, oh, let's try to fucking get people to be on our side. I'm telling you the truth. This motherfucker, this dude, ended up tricking people, and they realized by the same music that was going on in the background of two different videos, that he was fucking kids and killing kids and eating them.
And there's a hidden department underneath Comet Pizza where they have like a, lack of a better term, torture room. Yep. And it was actually mapped out like the old blueprints. There's a whole little YouTube channel that kind of is really super committed to the truth in this little department. Yeah. And they've had recent breakthroughs, man, based on old Instagram pictures of people there. And they just lined everything up, man, because
and
again, the internet never forgets.
The lighting. Remember, that's one of them. The lighting of like when someone's performing versus the same someone being...
Even more so, there was pictures like in the basement harassment? On Instagram that lined up with what would you call it, like dark web pictures that were taken of these torture rooms. Like it was like a little workshop they had down there, and they lined up like this little tool rack in the back and like little things right in the background.
Dog, there's people being cut, and then like they cut the scene with the same audio being played, and there's a dude on stage fucking singing as a lead man. And it goes from there and it's to this person being fucked, a little child, 12 years old, getting fucked by a dude and cut at the same time.
See, the ball demands blood, bro. And China consumes a lot. China, a lot of major countries, they demand a lot of this kind of pornography. Yep. Not only pornography, but if it's some deep web shit, fool, they actually, you know what a kill room is? They're hugely popular, bro. And there's a lot of people in China and in other countries that actually donate money to see a human being tortured and killed the way they want it to.
Was it weird NC File? Thank you for the torture video.
That's the dude from fucking UAB. Yeah. UAE. He's financial.
UAE's fucking crooked as every fucking other country, bro. But again, man, like these torture rooms killing, I feel like Comet Pizza was one of those locations. They slipped up, got caught slipping, then they got a little heat on them, man.
Here we go. We got another situation where
if they got a baby, but they can't look after it,
talking about what they see.
So if you get a baby, they want baby.
Who do they give the baby to? They sell the baby or just give them?
They don't just give them, they sell it because they can't really, they sometimes give, but they don't like just give it like borrow, like for like a rent. They give it away because sometimes families are poor. So like in Tanja, there are people who had baby children and they were really poor. They couldn't afford food for them. So if the family's doesn't have money and they got a baby, they sometimes sell it. They eat it, do sex
How do
first.
they eat the baby?
They cut,
Alive? Is the baby alive?
no, they inject it to make it go to sleep. And then after, Papa tells us to hold the knife, and then he puts his big hand on. He pushes it into the neck, cuts it, and after, when it's upside down, so it's like.
Dog, that girl ain't a day over 7 years old, 6 years old.
She's maybe 7, 8 years old, dude.
Yeah, she's
6,
spitting
8.
out this fucking.
And she's
freestyling right there, bro. Like too clean.
But there's another video with her brother where she's talking about how they're underneath the, what is it called, the altar in the church, that they're killing and eating babies.
Yeah.
This girl's like 7 years old. Her brother's
younger,
6.
Yeah. And he was talking about how they're like, what are the parties like? He's like, I don't like the parties. You know, why don't you like the parties? Because they touch my bum and they do all these, and it's just like, bro, a little kid like this isn't gonna remember this whole shit. But again, this is what I told you, man. Years later, and I actually followed this story a few weeks ago, and I was looking into the dad, and he was super connected, dude. I forget what state they're from, but they ended up releasing a video of the same two kids, older in their teens, saying, it was a lie, we lied, you know, da-da-da. But they were like already indoctrinated at that point. Like the way they're flowing with that story at that age, bro.
Dog,
rings
there's 2
true,
of them,
bro.
dog. Isaac. There's 2 different kids, a boy and a girl. In the way, I mean, you can be truthful, right?
Yeah.
The way that they're flowing off each other, like one would stop and then one would pick up their words.
Hey, have you ever seen those people that read body language and they analyze like old George Bush or Trump? Like, oh, you could tell his line. So I saw a breakdown of the dad's interview on this shit, bro. He was on like some CNN Dateline type shit, and he was like, yeah, and my wife, I got home and da da da, and bro, they broke down this fool's whole body language, the look in his eyes, everything, and he was just lying.
Yeah,
he was lying the whole time. He's like, I don't know where it came from. He was a prominent business dude. Like, I want to say like Chicago, somewhere in the Midwest.
He thought he was about to. They had convinced him so much that he's about to cross that threshold. Like, or you're about to cross because of what you've done. Because of the sacrifices to the cause. And that fool is just a sucker.
Yeah, like that's kind of one of the worst moves to go on fucking TV and try to clear your name. You might fool a lot of people, but they only do that when the accusations reach a certain.
How do they get their kids? Because that kid, that interview with those kids are like,
okay,
I believe that. Anything you're saying, fuck off.
But you know how they take the children of people who speak truth, Tim?
Yeah.
It all goes back to what I was telling you about maritime admiralty law, right? Because when you are born, your birth certificate is essentially a receipt of commerce. You know, when you sign the birth certificate, you are creating the corporate entity for your child, and you're essentially lining your child up to be the corporate entity for life. And it is up to us in our life to find the truth and relieve ourselves of that. That's why a lot of people are becoming U.S. nationals, or a lot of people are identifying with tribal status in the United States, because those are the 2 ways that you can step away from maritime admiralty law.
That's not your birth certificate, though. It's your Social Security. But you can give up your Social Security for like 30,000 or something like that.
Well,
and you can gain your what is it called? Not your freedom, but
you don't have to pay for it. You just have to file for it. You know, our names are worth a lot of money in the New York Stock Exchange. You know, our Social Security numbers actually have a dollar amount value. I think that's what you're referring to.
Yeah, that's what she's referring to.
And so when, you know, so there's such thing as called debt discharge. And what they're doing is, and it's a procedure that mirrors similarly to that in court when you step outside of your corporate self. So you have a certain X amount of money that is allocated to you as a corporate entity. And so and that's what debt discharge is. A lot of these people, they're basically saying, yo, I accept it for value is what they call it. Accepted for value, which you accept it for the value and it's deducted off of the worth of your amount. So I think that it's like 3 million that everybody is worth. And so there's actually people that are fucking buying cars, bro, and discharging the
Off of
debt
it,
with
yeah.
this, right?
I've seen that.
Yes, and there's a
I
whole
wasn't sure if
schools.
it's real.
No, it is real, man. And there's a lot of schools. There's a guy named Matissi. I took a course with him on how to set up a trust, and he touched on that a little bit. But I've been hearing about this for so long, man. Judge David Wynn Miller talked about it. I heard it through a lot of people, man, and it's true, man. No, it's not sovereignty, because sovereignty if you're a sovereign citizen, there's no such thing as a sovereign citizen, because the fact that you're a citizen implies that you are an employee of the corporation. And sovereignty and citizen don't go hand in hand. But I've heard the term.
But when you give up your Social Security, you gain your sovereignty.
No, you don't.
Because you are no longer a citizen of that country.
What does that even mean? Because that country is the one that gives you the value.
You don't have sovereignty until you're able to articulate that you are part of a different jurisdiction, a different tribe, and that's why tribal IDs are a thing. Like the natives,
the tribe of God, dude.
Right.
Like,
but even the natives aren't sovereign.
All right, here we go.
You know?
I want to move on to. I mean, we have 11 minutes.
Yeah, let's get it.
All right, this is John Podesta.
Oh, fuck that guy.
You know who John Podesta is?
Yeah, we were just talking about
John Podesta
is a horrible
fucking
child trafficker, adrenochrome, fucking reptilian, satanic, Moloch worshipping, fucking whatever the fuck.
He's got relations to Israel. He's got relations to
he's a
Russia.
Real beach nigga.
He is like, this is the dude, right?
He's taking over the Phil role.
And this is what he's been up to.
What's my name?
Right, so this is a dude. This is one of the files that were released during the WikiLeaks trial. It's this Jew's asking, "What's my name?" And the guy says, "John."
Oh fuck, that's a horrible video.
What's my other name?
Yeah.
He goes, "Skippy." And Skippy is what everyone calls John Podesta.
Oh, is that tied in the emails at all?
Yeah, it's in the
Woo,
WikiLeaks.
Connections.
But what they're trying to say is that he's not really saying Skippy, he's saying something else.
Of course, they would deny.
Right, so here it is.
Suckers.
What's my name?
I know that.
My other name. What are you? I am your father. From now on, you will call me your father. Shut up. You will call me your father. What is my name, huh?
I'm just a kid who's...
There's literally little boys. I see little children, and they're just in hot water, and they're screaming because they're being boiled.
For each day I grow some more.
He's saying right there, "I'm John Podesta. I'm John Podesta. I'm John Podesta." If you hear anything else, let me know, and we'll stop and discuss it.
Why would he claim to be John Podesta? Why would he burn himself out?
He's saying this is recorded, and he doesn't know it's recorded.
But so he's telling these kids.
A little boy.
Who the fuck? Who does he like? Why? I mean, I guess if you're
follow it through. Follow it through.
Sure. I'm going.
Finding my way. Growing up is not so tough.
Don't you?
Now what you're about to hear is that was a recording off of the WikiLeaks. You're about to hear John Podesta's real voice. I'm going to ask you whether or not do you believe that this could be possibly the same person that was talking in that video.
You think you're hot shit, don't you? You will call me. You will call me.
100%.
You will call me.
Don't they have like vocal image analyzers that can confirm that if his voice in like 5 seconds?
99.1.
Yeah.
This is what they said.
Yeah, that sounds
There
like
it is. There it is.
But as human beings, what do you think?
I think that's 100% the same person.
What do you want? You want to say,
Feedback.
It's hot.
Just get lost. Just get lost.
I
get
think
lost.
100% that's this motherfucker, bro. And you know, we talk about like
Old
we
is
talk
this
about
fucker. How old is he? He's like
we
fucking
talk about the
1,000 years old.
technology to identify voices and all that, man. These are all technologies that are
There's
owned
like
by this
99.1%.
bro.
It's
100.
the same person.
Dog, it's the same person. And again, man, you just played some shit, bro, that I like be doom scrolling like at night, and I'm like, man, this is so horrible. And it just fills me with anger, bro, and it makes me want to do some shit about it, bro. And I think overall, man, we all know something's fucking wrong in this country, bro. And I think we all give a fuck about what happens to our country at the end of the day. And I think all these little things are put in the way to divide us, bro. We could complain about immigrants and ICE and all this shit, but we got to understand it's all fucking part of the same fucking process that's going on to destabilize America, to have us at each other's throats, to throw us over, to paint scapegoats, to be able to conquer us a little easier. You know, Charlie Kirk was a fucking sacrifice, bro. They understood it would create a divide in America. They understood it, brother. And it sucks, but they had to do that in order to carry on this next stage because it's so fucking crucial to what's going on now. The death of Charlie and the fact that everybody's looking and then TPSA used to weaponized against, like, why the fuck are you guys going against Bad Bunny at the Super Bowl? Who gives a fuck, right? But it's like creating a divide. Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? It's creating a divide, bro.
The whole situation, the whole thing with her and him, and in the divide in anything.
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck,
bro? YouTube. Fucking there's so many other bands and acts that have been non-US citizens that have performed at halftime, and they're against Bad Bunny, which is an American fucking colony, I call it, Puerto Rico, and they didn't even know it. They're like, he's not even American. You're like, you dumb motherfuckers, bro. He's from Puerto Rico. What is the big deal? Why would you have to create an alternate halftime show? It's
the
like
only
weaponized.
thing that I understand about that situation, I'm an NFL fan. I spend money with NFL every year. Over $3,000. Okay, up to $5,000.
The Coliseum.
I go to games. I get the NFL Sunday ticket.
Get your bread.
I just do it. But I don't.
Did you understand anything he said?
Bad Bunny isn't
what you rock
coming to me to
speak to you,
to bring
you into
the love to the Super Bowl.
Right.
Especially after my team got burnt on some bullshit.
Bad Bunny is part of the fucking system, bro. The fact that we think he's a hero for us as fucking Mexicans or Latin Americans, brother, like he was used to further create
a divide.
No. It's more so like, oh, Bad Bunny, he's a revolutionary. He's fighting, but no, he's fucking not. He's part of the fucking same system. But see, this is to create that further divide, bro. Like this is one of those examples to get our people to be like, yeah, fuck yeah, he's the one fighting. You know, he don't stand for shit, bro. This is all political theater. You know what I mean?
Trying to make him the best actor. Like, he doesn't act well.
Nah, man.
He's
But
but
guess what, Tim?
He's a good. I'm like, he sucks at acting.
We're being played. We're being played on both sides, Tim. Because on the other end, they're like, yo, let's create our own halftime show and fuck that. Like, they ain't even speaking English. Let's get like. We're both being played. Both sides are being played. Bro.
That whole situation is just racist. To me, it's racist. It's like, oh, I don't like Hispanics. I'm going to do American. But they're not even... Dog, Jesus Bible thumpers aren't NFL fans. Shut the fuck up. You know, plantanos and people who are, you know... Plantanos and...
Bananas?
And like, they're cutting them up and frying them for me. Yeah. That's not NFL either.
Yeah.
Plantain. Well, NFL is just NFL.
Yeah. Well, so NFL.
Like, come try to get my money, not no one else's.
Give me my barbecue and my beer.
You know what the NFL, the MLB, the NBA, all that shit is? NHL, brother. That is old Roman Coliseum theater. You know, when the king could no longer please the people and the empire was extending their resources to conquer land and wars, and inflation happened and your fucking gold and silver coins didn't buy as much, the king would say, all right, free show at the Coliseum. We're giving out bread and wine, and we're going to give you entertainment. And it's the age-old rule, bro. You keep people distracted over here with this hand while you fuck them with the other hand, bro. And that's what the NFL, NBA, why do you think they get paid so much? It's a fucking show, bro.
And then the last thing I have to offer is Isaac and his girlfriend. So I have a video.
Oh, you and your girlfriend?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
She sent me this video, and she was like, "Yo, I want you to play it. This is me and him, and this will put a end to all songs or laughter about our relationship."
Apparently, he's reopening the bow.
Who has the best girlfriend ever?
I do. Oh shit! It's going down at the Red Light District show, bro. Controversy.
So Isaac's girlfriend on Valentine's Day bought him food, and she sent me this video. So I want you to listen.
Okay.
Who has the best girlfriend ever?
I do.
That's Isaac.
Who just bought you all this stuff?
She did.
And all the stuff?
And so what she's talking about, all this stuff, it is Chinese food from down on Savior's where you spend $7.99 to you fill up the fucking white plastic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, go to Panic Express. So, for the sake of this story,
My girl bought all of it, and I'm about to eat this, and then we're gonna chow on that after. So, happy Easter.
Yeah. But we're not eating it all. Just know that. Because we gotta save some.
Wait.
You know?
You're not eating it all. You're going to save some, Isaac. Fat fuck.
Well, see, what I get from that is if she's happy with that, then that's great, you know, because where I thought it was going, and I've seen videos like it was like, this motherfucker brought me out to get some chicken wings, and like, I'm dressed too good for the... No, your woman kept it very classy. I don't understand what the purpose of that was.
I don't know.
Like,
there might be more.
I get
Tell
that.
him, girl.
Get that.
Tell him, girl.
Yeah. I mean, guess what? But what are you gonna do at the end of the day? Like that's it.
She bought me food. Why would I be complaining about what happened with
Fuck
me?
that hoe, huh?
Yeah. I mean, you guys aren't married, right?
No.
Okay.
She
But
bought me food. She goes, "Hey, save the food." I go, "Okay." I'm like, first of all, I'm not gonna eat all of it.
right. Hey, but
I like leftovers for the next day.
if your lady bought you food, and I mean, there's something cringy. I don't like putting my life out there like that. But like, yo, my lady was like, got me food and all that. Who's the best girlfriend? I'm not gonna say my ex bitch.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'll be like you because you got me this food, and guess what? You probably fucked that night, my G. Come on. So yeah, you could say it's simping, but if that's your woman,
Why can't you simp for your girl?
I mean, it ain't even that simping, dog. Like she's basically just trying to get you to say, hey, who's the shit? Who feeds you, motherfucker? Okay, you did. Who gives a fuck? I'm gonna shit it out tomorrow. You know? I think we've all done bitch made shit behind the scenes, that we wouldn't want our homies to see. You know what I'm saying? But that's just what it is, bro.
Isaac, what'd you learn?
Come on.
About 1913's big rapid turnover.
Good job.
A lot. Like there's still, I'm gonna definitely be. What else? What was it? There's
Immigrants
so much
aren't bad for the economy.
What was it? John Podesta. I'm gonna go back and see all that stuff about Pizzagate because I didn't know that they actually found the torture chambers downstairs.
In pizza.
And you also learn immigrants are actually good for the economy because they work for slave wages.
Yeah.
They don't fucking complain.
Or would you learn?
They're willing to work for fucking less than human rights standards.
Like Contra.
I learned a few
favorite
things.
guests of all fucking
Hey,
guests of
salute
all
Red Light District, Tim. I love you guys, man. I always learn little fragments of things that put the pieces of the puzzle together for me, my G. And so, yeah, man, you were saying some shit earlier that made sense to me, and I think you said something that also helped me connect pieces to the puzzle. I think we're on the Ukraine topic or whatever, but you guys definitely helped me connect more pieces to the puzzle, man, for sure.
Oh, what did your balloon tell you today?
My balloon? What did my balloon tell me?
What did the whip?
Yes, sir.
It didn't tell me shit. I was just chilling, listening to the fucking stories about Libya and Gaddafi and Africa and how the divine source probably came from Africa. And it made sense how fucking black people were like poisoned and how they're like demonized. It all makes sense. So the dots connected for me too when you're seeing that story. And
I didn't know Muammar Gaddafi got fucked in the ass in Peru. I didn't know that.
They did him dirty.
yeah, but yeah, it's very interesting. And the most richest country in the entire fucking world is in Africa.
They're the most mineral rich in the whole world.
Has Atlantis.
They're fucking themselves up.
Atlantis is in Africa. It's north, and then the most richest guy in the to ever live is from Africa, from Atlantis.
Are you talking about Masamusa?
Masamusa, I believe that's him. Yes, sir.
Wow.
But the thing is, to get any of those
We didn't even talk about
golds
Masamusa, but yeah.
from that area, it'll take thousands of resources. They're talking about thousands of.
Oh yeah,
human
Africa
beings.
doesn't have its own resources to mine its own mines.
To where she's talking about in the Sahara, in that circle that we're and that's North Africa. That North Africa area is like there's no way you can get anything out of it. You can't get people there because it's too far inland.
You can get people there, but I think they've taken
You're not
already
trying to-
everything out. There's nothing to take out anymore because they took everything.
You can't
It's
drink,
war-torn.
You can't eat. You can't do anything. There's no gas. There's no. I can't. buy
On
you-
purpose, man. They keep places like that oppressed for their resources. Like I said, Africa
Yeah.
doesn't have its own.
Up to 250 miles in each way.
They don't have their own machines to be able to mine and process minerals and shit.
There's
So they
kids
have
go out
always,
there to fucking breathe in the fucking
yes, they do.
disgusting.
And it's all the
fucking
fault of the
air.
European and United States countries.
Holler.
It's all the
Holler.
first world countries that
And-
keep them oppressed. And it's like, yo, we're gonna keep getting
And
cheap
whippets.
diamonds out of you.
On the red light district.
And they fund the RSF,
Bonus
which is
hours.
killing mad people in fucking Somalia.
That and whip hits. Yes, for sure.
Comedy,
Fade the
yeah.
black wood. Oh shit.
Yeah, let's go.
Fade the black.
You want
the
to
crowd
have
goes
some
ape
lipids
shit,
before you go?
And we're out of here.
We love y'all.
The fucking crowd goes ape shit.
Hey, thank you for
Bye.
having me,
Thank
Red Light
you.
District.
We're out of here.
Much love.
Say goodbye.
Peace, peace, y'all. Contra.
Thank you, Contra, for stopping by.
Love y'all.